go. There she is. There she is. Welcome to Jill's.
Can I offer you some tea?
Good tea. Nice house.
Would you make me some of that Plomeek soup?
I'm a dick. He's a dick. She's
Hello and welcome to Plomeek Teatime number 83. So, while I normally talk about science fiction and other related movies and film, TV on this channel, today we're steering directly into my childhood and to the time I made my parents take me to see Good Burger at the movie theater, which was really great because I wasn't expecting, that little clip from Kablam. If you guys also remember Kablam, the cartoon series, that was really cool. There was a Action League now beginning. Anyway, I don't know. Today we're talking about what led to Good Burger, and I found this this making of that will help us along with some of that also. So if you're unfamiliar with this, it can help you catch up. Basically, all that. It's so for some of you viewers who don't know what Good Burger comes from. It comes from All That, which is like a Saturday Night Live for kids. And in that sketch comedy show, Good Burger was born, and this movie comes from 1997. Directed by Brian Robbins and written by Dan Schneider and Kevin Coppola and Heath Seifert. So I want to get to the fun, but I think just for a minute I have to mention a thing about Dan Schneider just to get it out of the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I really want to talk about that?
The notorious Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because
be vague. Be vague.
Yeah, I enjoyed Nickelodeon growing up as a kid, and I had no idea this stuff was going on.
Yeah, so did Dan Schneider.
Well, he knew. Jeez. Oh, did he not know?
No, he enjoyed it, is what I'm saying, in a negative way.
Anyway, I don't actually want to bog this down with that, but I don't want to mention him in that context too much. But if you want to learn more about it, there's a documentary called Quiet on the Set. And it's intense. It's intense. So it's he did some not good things, but I actually had some screenshots of what Keenan said about it. But I lost them, thankfully, because I think I had way too much information about it. But what he says essentially is that, it's that classic argument about separating the art versus the artist, and when just because something bad happens doesn't mean you throw away everything that's creative of a thing, because that kind of thing actually really does happen a lot in Hollywood. So yeah, it is intense, but we want to enjoy this movie, and it actually is really good. But if you listen to Siskel and Ebert, they really didn't like it. So there are a lot. Actually, the ratings for this movie are really low, and I'm just surprised by that. But so before we talk more about the movie and introduce our panelists, I want to bring the energy back up from mentioning things that are not as fun to some bits from this behind the scenes making of documentary called On the Job with Keenan and Kel. Normally when I do this kind of thing, I make clips of the thing, but I ran out of time. So wait, let me find the video. I have timestamps that'll help us through it. Here it is. And so then I'll share my screen. And we'll be able to see this. Okay, so now I'm sharing my system audio. I need to remember to mute it whenever I want to play a clip. Otherwise, it's going to echo. I'm just telling myself to remind myself.
Look how young they look.
Yeah.
This movie, it's a straight-up comedy starring two of the funniest kids I know, Keenan and Kel.
It's gonna be hilarious. funny, very funny.
It's definitely action-packed.
There's music, there's dance.
Baby Goda.
Keenan and Kel, they're just as funny off the camera as they are on camera.
Then we can skip to this part.
The movie really hinges on the chemistry between these two actors, Keenan and Kel.
I told you not to sit here. I don't like you. Can you get that through your head? I can try.
Kel is a brilliant physical comedian.
Very great.
And Keenan is much more subtler and quicker with his tongue.
Get out of here.
They are complete nuts. They are crazy.
Doo-doo.
The boys are sick. Can't control them. I don't know how we don't finish this movie.
You did know that Nickelodeon is owned by Paramount, yes?
I did.
Yes.
You know what?
Okay.
If you want to shut this down, that's fine. They won't release this on their DVD or Blu-ray, so if we're allowed to use it, then when are we ever going to see it? That's my I'm taking the risk.
I wouldn't be
I'm
a
taking the
security
risk.
officer if I wasn't helping.
I didn't know you played that role. Thank you.
Just today.
But together, they just make a great team.
What were you like growing up? Were you funny?
Well, I know I was class clown. I was bad. I was the boy that was always in the corner. And then I had thick glasses, real thick glasses. And then I had weird haircuts, like steps, like Bobby Brown. And I was wild, boy. They look funny, is what he's saying. I was ugly, child. Yeah. I was a class clown, but I got good grades, so I got away with it. And I had like an apple head, and my head was kind of like a melon.
Oh!
We grew up in the theater. I was, the play the gingerbread man. Don't catch me, I'm a gingerbread man. You can't catch me. They got an 8 at the end. That was me.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
You would think now, watching these guys on the set, that they've known each other for their entire lives, that they're lifelong boyhood friends. But in fact, they really came together first through all that for Nickelodeon. They invented these characters, Mavis and Clavis, and that was one of their early hits.
After on that Mavis and Clavis, you're cleared for landing.
I should do a movie about this.
Yeah.
Pretty much anytime they were on screen together, their sketches were some of the best work.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah, I would watch Mavis and Clavis.
You had any other falls or accidents in the past?
Well,
Might get in trouble for this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're gonna, check your monetization frequently.
Like, you guys remember Pizza Face?
Yes.
That was a good character by Ken.
welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Good Burger started as a sketch.
No.
We wrote the sketch and we created the character of Ed, but it really didn't come alive until Kel found the wig with the braids and he put it on and he started doing that surfer voice. And it just really came to life and evolved into the most popular sketch on all that. The Keenan and Kel show sort of came about because of the chemistry that those two guys had together.
Oh, here it goes. The writers and the producers used to watch our chemistry around all that, on and off the set. Thanks. I like that. I enjoyed that word. And then they just, spun off and decided to make a show about it. It's great because it's sort of like, Abbott and Costello, Martin and Lewis, that kind of thing.
I was saying that exact thing when I was watching the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, actually,
Abbott and
this is my-
Costello?
yeah, because this is my first time seeing this movie.
Oh wow!
Yeah, me too.
That's right. And this is you nailed exactly where we are in the show. We're ready to say hello to the panel and the chat, and I want to ask everybody their experience with this movie and how they first saw it. Please continue. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, this is my first time watching it. I unfortunately at that time I was 27, and so I was doing, I was doing grown up stuff, but I was still watching, Adult Swim, and I was still watching a lot of cartoon stuff. I was mainly watching a lot of stuff on like Disney Channel. That was my groove. But Nickelodeon, I would catch some things sometimes. I did see a lot of like the skets and stuff, but I never did catch this. And I did see when the movie came out, and I never did get a chance to watch the movie all these
Oh my God.
years.
I
I've
always
been
thought you were my age. You look way younger.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was a lady at that point, and so it didn't. It's one of those things where when I watched it, it was funny. It was very funny, and I was like, wow, I wish I had caught it back then when probably it would have been even more funnier to me as I was even younger, but it was also like timely. But when I saw it, I was like, they have incredible chemistry. So I was thinking of like Bill and Ted, Wayne and Garth, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, Laurel and Hardy, Elwood and Jake, the Blues Brothers, and it was giving me very strong SpongeBob vibes, like even the whole like fast food theme. So it was like SpongeBob and Patrick. They had
Yeah, they
that
released
kind
the
of.
same year. They did.
Oh,
They
really?
released the same year. So I don't know if it influenced it anyway, because you do have, a couple of characters who get into tough situations and are a bit goofy. And then you have the villain who's trying to figure out their secret sauce. So
Yes, yes.
there's a lot of driving
Monster
around in a cheeseburger.
They drive it into the Staples Center.
Yeah, just some insane antics and a lot of fun, man. And it really came together at the end. Like this is like a whole bunch of like moments and scenes, and then at the end it just sort of all like comes together. And I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And it was like actually really entertaining. And I was really surprised to see Sinbad in it. I was like, wow, he's pretty funny in this. So there was a lot of really cool things about it. I wish I had caught it back in '97, but better late than never.
Sinbad has the worst
You didn't
summer.
catch it when it came out. That's why
No, yeah,
that's why you're older when you watched it. That makes more sense.
yeah. I caught it for the first time this week, so I was like, oh, this is cool.
Very nice. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's right. And so since you haven't seen it before and Scotty hasn't seen it before, I wanted to find a couple of people who have seen it before, probably when they were little kids like me. And and so I asked anybody out there if they'd seen it, and I got Appion, and I wanted to say hello Appion. It's been a while since I got to talk to you. Could you tell me
Hello.
about the first time you saw this movie and any first
Gosh.
impressions?
I don't know if I saw it in theaters because I was like 8 at the time when it came out, but I definitely got the movie on VCR and watched it a bunch at home on the good old VCR. Watch it, record it. But yeah, I've
Oh,
watched this movie a
yeah.
lot since I was a
It
kid.
was an orange VHS, right?
Yeah, that's right. I definitely had that one.
Oh, that's
Gosh,
bad.
I loved it. I watched it so many times growing up because I was a huge fan of all that, huge fan of Keenan and Kel, and it was like the perfect movie for me back then.
Yeah, me too. I was a definite big fan of Keenan and Kel, and it's definitely the Abbott and Costello kind of thing, and they played off of the chemistry that Keenan and Kel had, that the producers saw and all that, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
really it's just as funny. It's hilarious. It's just as funny these days. Like sometimes I try to go back and watch Friends or Full House, and it's just not funny anymore to me. But
Yeah.
but I can watch Keenan and Kel, and it's still hilarious somehow.
I just love the chaotic nature of Ed how he's just a calamity everywhere he goes. He just causes chaos.
Right.
But he's also the savior of the story, and at the end, he's actually the hero of everything. But just the way he got there, he makes a big mess along the way, and it's just great him bouncing off of Kel, like the way that the Keenan and Kel dynamic is just perfect, and the villain's great in this movie, and I love the Sinbad running joke through the whole movie, where Sinbad really has the worst summer, getting his car destroyed multiple times, and his brand new mailbox that he loves gets destroyed, and it's just great.
That mailbox, my goodness.
He was so proud of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was going to get in the papers for it or the magazines or something.
Yeah.
So Scotty R37, you just saw this movie for the first time.
Yes. And
so before we get to you, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's skip me first because Jack Beers is here.
Yeah, Jack Beers is here for the very first time. I
Hello.
definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah, so I've been just since I was a child, I was watching Nickelodeon, and I was into even before all that, they had something a similar type of show called Roundhouse that I got into, and then when they got rid of that, they replaced it with all of that, and from there, that's where Keenan and Kel came from, and the Good Burger skits were always my favorite, just for the same reason, just because Ed is so chaotic. but he's so like happy-go-lucky, like he's so innocent. It's crazy. So I always loved that, and I was able to watch it in theaters when it came out, which I'm proud to say that I did that. Not the second one. The second one I saw on streaming. So
How old were you?
Did it even come out in theaters?
I don't think the second one came out in theaters. I think I was 14 in 1997.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the same year that South Park came out. Yeah, but I always thought of Keenan and Kel more like a Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, I always loved Ed and his little like "Welcome to Good Burger," that whole skit he always do. I always loved there was a Jimmy Fallon. They did a reunion where they did a Good Burger skit, and Keenan and Kel came back together for that skit, which I thought was really fun. But yeah, after that they made the second one.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the second one, but I don't know.
It's just weird all these years later, and they're still working at fast food. I don't know.
Really?
No,
at
come
this
on,
point,
it reminds
should
me
be...
of Clerks 2.
Well,
I want to see Good Burger 2 now.
I think he owns. I think he owns that Good Burger now, Ed.
Does he?
Okay, but that's the thing is that Good Burger, he says in this movie, is his life. So maybe it makes sense that he's still there, but now he owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see the plot and story outline of it. It didn't seem very intriguing. I was like, okay, well, at least I got the the main, story plot was really done. I think the best from what I've been hearing on the internet, they've been saying that the first one is definitely a lot better than the second.
Right. I can agree with that.
Well, I'm intrigued, and I'm going to have to seek out Good Burger 2 now. Because, I appreciate the comparison to Jay and Silent Bob, but it seems more like a Dante and Randall situation.
Actually, that's a good point.
And so and as Tarantino said with Clerks 2, it's like, you know what? I would never expect a sequel to Clerks, but yeah, I want to find out what's happening 20 years afterward. What's going on? So I think it's fantastic. Is it my turn?
It is. It's your turn. Please tell us what you think about your first viewing.
So imagine watching like Wayne's World or Superstar
Yes.
or The Ladies' Man, any of those Saturday Night Live movies, and never having seen Saturday Night Live. So there are moments in this film, like which I just saw for the first time. Oh, by the way, I did want to say, I think this was the impetus for this particular discussion is I was getting my physical media haul and I pulled Good Burger and Jill went wild. She was like, "Oh my God, that's one of my favorite movies from my childhood." And I was like, "Okay, is it good?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, well, then we should do something about it sometime." And she said, "Yeah." And so I got to watch it. It's fantastic. You're right. There are no special features. But I was absolutely blown away by the cast. I can't believe they got Abe Vigoda, Robert Wool, and
know.
like people keep popping up. The thing is, and this is why I compare it to a Saturday Night Live movie, is because I know that there are moments where they hold for applause for actors, and I'm like, am I supposed to know you? Like the nurse who comes out was a cast of All That, I guess it's called, is the Saturday Night Live for kids. I found it absolutely fascinating that there were moments when I was like, oh, I'm supposed to know who this person is, but I have no idea. I've never seen it. I was in 1997, I was 19. And so, yeah, at this point, I was on television. I was basically still neck deep in Star Trek, Berman era. And yeah, I did go see, what's it called? South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut in theater. This wasn't really on my radar, but I do, like, I wasn't expecting much from this. And as you mentioned, Retro Nerd Girl, is that this is the kind of movie that I start watching and I'm like, this is going to be lame. I don't know what to expect from this. And you have to watch it to the end of the movie, and
Yes.
all of the setups throughout the film all pay off at the end, and it just comes to a crescendo of, that's great. I can't, it like weaves together at the end that it isn't just a series of skits, which is what Saturday Night Live movies are sort of accused of. It's just a series of skits. There's no story. And I liked this. I liked this in the same way that I liked Clerks 2. And I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. It was fun. And I would, not to bury the lead, I would recommend seeing Good Burger, even if you haven't seen the show that the characters come from. I liked it. And Sinbad's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's just hilarious in this. He's just
I hate to
doing
put a black man in jail. I love when he says that.
He's doing the same character he was in Jingle All the Way, sort of like that, oh man, and it's really hilarious to see him do his thing. Then you realize, like, oh, this is why he was famous, because he's got an interesting set of skills to make you laugh in a certain way.
Absolutely,
yes, and he plays really well with the kids too. And Kenan bounces off pretty well. And speaking of Saturday Night Live, Kenan Thompson, of course, does move on to Saturday Night Live when he grows up.
Longest serving member now.
Oh, for real? Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm Norman.
So guys,
I'm your doorman. I know your kids.
we're ready to get into
Your
the
son
slides,
Jimmy
but
loves
before
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I cut into your impression.
It was a bad impression. It's just a great skit. What's that name?
Okay, so we're getting ready to get into the slides. Nickelodeon was a huge part of my life as a kid, and I knew I'd be able to find this promo from my old pal Stickley. I don't know if you guys remember him. I
remember.
was meant to send him a postcard. Good, but I guess it's too late for that now. If I sent it to that address, it'd probably. I wonder what happened. Anyway, and there was a promotion for Good Burger where there was like a sweepstakes. If you won the sweepstakes, you got to go to the film's premiere and meet Kenan and Kel, and but another 100 people won a hat with dreadlocks, and 500 people won a copy of the film's soundtrack. And this, I'll just play a little bit of this.
Stickley here, and today, Melissa Joan Hart from Clarissa and Amanda Bynes from All That are going to co-host a delicious Stick in the Afternoon out there at the Good Burger premiere!
Thanks, Stick. Hey, I'm Melissa Joan Hart out there with Amanda Bynes.
Hi.
Oh wow, she's little.
Out there in Hollywood at the Good Burger premiere, right, Amanda? Right. Okay, in the next 2 hours, we're going to take you to meet the winners of Nickelodeon's Good Burger, Good Premiere, Good Sweepstakes. Cool. And take you for a look behind the scenes at the premiere.
Oh, it's Mac! Whoa, God, Larissa Oleg! Oh, Josh Server! He's in the movie. What's he clapping about? Oh, I don't know. Give it a go! Give it a go and get Michelle Trachtenberg from Nick's first movie.
Oh,
wow.
stars, I'm old.
Look at that. There she is. She's right there.
Stick Stickley is very excited.
Keenan and Gilligan.
He reminds me of Forky from Toy Story.
Good. Would you like to bite of my burger?
No, your burger looks like you hit by a car. Stick with Nick in the afternoon.
Filmed at Universal Studios.
Back before high def was a thing.
Oh no, we need a doctor.
Close the wrong window.
This is
Go ahead.
it's so interesting just to be able to look back on the promos. And I know you're revisiting, so I'm going to be somewhat minimal today. This is all brand new to me. And I kind of, like currently, I was born in 78. So watching all of these young people, like, no, I feel like Dan Schneider. It's awful.
Well, actually, you're the same age as Keenan and Kel now.
Oh, wow. I should tweet them.
So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna bring back up my slides. I thought I was being clever by having two different kinds of
Now I'm just thinking about Blade
media
Runner.
files open.
Yeah.
Blade Runner. Why are you thinking about Blade Runner?
Oh, because you have Decker on the
Ed is
screen.
the replicant.
Oh. Oh, okay. See, I wasn't looking at that because I'm trying to find my slides. Here we go.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I was like, when's
No,
Harrison Ford
no,
in
there was
Good Burger? I
nothing.
don't remember that cameo.
There was nothing to interrupt except for, we can't pass by that because this was a very important design in the 90s. Everybody had these cups everywhere.
Notice how Nickelodeon's thing looks like Ed's sauce?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
I forgot about that. Ed's sauce is orange.
Yep.
I really wanted that sauce, though, when I...
Oh, I know. I want to try some.
I was like, what's in the sauce? They never gave us the recipe for the sauce.
Yeah, like
He only ever
I know there's
it starts
Yeah,
to
there's
tell it,
ketchup
and then
and
they keep
pickles.
cutting them off. Yeah, they're like,
Like
no, don't
ketchup
do
and
it
lemon
right."
juice.
Yeah, the lemon juice.
Pickle.
He's like, stop telling everybody.
Yeah.
Stupid sauce.
Oh, it's so fun.
I wonder if they bring that back in the second one. The sauce.
See, aren't you intrigued? There are unanswered
Yeah, I want to
questions
know. Like,
from
see, that would be something I would, if I as a writer, I would add that to the second one, sort of as an Easter egg, maybe like a recipe on the side or on the fridge or somewhere for
Or they're at
super
like a
fans.
grocery store. Yeah, they're at like a grocery store, and Ed's got it like selling it in stores, bottled up, jarred up.
My
Made a
question is,
fortune.
what's the point of throwing a whole onion into the sauce? I saw that at one point.
Don't question that man's genius.
Okay,
No,
you're
but
right.
that's what you can do that. You totally do that. You drop it in the sauce and then you lift it out or you strain it out.
It's straining. You have to.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
what it
something
looks
like
like in
that.
the movie,
Tried it.
they cook the sauce like overnight too, so it's like simmering in there until they open in the morning. So it's like a long cook. Maybe the onion cooks
I want
down.
to know. See, I need that sauce now.
I know. I need that sauce.
That's
They were
all we
dipping it
know.
in.
Whole onion.
They were dipping
Go
it in
ahead.
French fries, and sometimes that's the best.
Mhm.
I want to say hello to the chat before we get into the slides. Gavin Blackburn's here. It's 25 years since our moon was blown out of orbit and left the solar system. Never
Yes.
forget. God bless those who are lost on moon-based Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah.
So I guess it's the 25th anniversary of Space 1999. Really? Only 25? Wow.
Well, no, it's
Well,
not
since
the. It's
1999.
the. Yeah, it's 25 years since the
Oh,
year that they. Yeah.
okay.
And
I was gonna say,
the
wasn't
TV
that
show.
from the 70s?
Yeah, but is today
It's like 50 years.
is today the actual like September 13th, 1999 is the day that Moonbase Alpha? Like
I
I'm
think
curious
that is
because
correct.
yeah. But perfect. That's so fantastic. Also, happy Friday the 13th, everyone, on listening on the live. And don't forget to give us a like on the rerun because we need the luck.
Oh, Friday the 13th, something. Jeez. Okay, thanks for reminding me. I'll be careful. I'm just kidding. I'm not that superstitious. I'm only a little stitious. At the time,
Normal stitches.
Not super.
hello. I saw that. I saw. I saw
You
that from
said
The
you-
Office.
If you said you were superstitious around Ed, he'd be like, "Whoa, you have powers?"
Yeah.
Because he takes everything literal. He's like Drax
Oh,
before Drax.
yes. I love that about him.
Everything is literal.
He sees the world in a different way than others.
Well,
Edge of
really
Time,
does.
I want to say hello to Edge of Time and Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He says, hey Jill, tonight or tomorrow, my Tuvix song will be ready. You're making songs?
Yes. AI
Gorilla.
songs.
I didn't... Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
making
mind.
songs too. I was
Good for you.
almost about to make a song about Moonbase Alpha, actually, this morning. And then I was like, why am I wanting to make a song about Moonbase Alpha? And then later on, I found out about the TV show, and I was like, oh, some kind of weird
Oh,
psychic
wow.
thing.
You just had like an instinct.
Yeah, it was weird. I wish they would tell me the lottery numbers. That would be nice.
Gorilla might be here, except he's got to work. They wouldn't pay me, or else I'd be up there. And hello to Snortapoopus, Q Bird. Always great to see you.
Hi, Snortapoopus.
Hello.
Something
That's a
needs to be
fun
clipped
name,
out of context.
Snortapoopus.
It is. It's a fun name. Fun to say.
And there's even meaning behind it also. Yeah. Because Burr is basically bear. And Q stands for quadruped. But thank you guys for hanging out. We're getting started. Let me share my screen. Oh yeah, I already did that. Here we go.
Yep.
Nick. Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that's it. Good Burger released in 1997, written by Brian Robbins. I mean, directed by Brian Robbins, written by Dan Schneider, Kevin Coppola, and Heath Seifert. And there's another. See, having two of these videos open kind of makes things a little bit complicated, but this documentary is so good, I wanted to make it part of this live stream. So we're gonna try. All right. We're doing extra work for this one. I am. I don't care. I want to have fun, and this is fun to me.
Sounds good.
So, okay, so we can already start 5 minutes into this. Part 2. Oh, I can't tell the timestamp.
Oh, by the way, Brian Robbins is currently the co-CEO of Paramount Global.
So, Brian, don't demonetize this video.
Brian Robbins, please let us enjoy your movie. Here,
we're actually being supportive of Good Burger. We're on your side.
I promise I'll be nicer about Star Trek.
Oh, me too. Come on, high five.
And action. There really could have been no other director for this movie than Brian Robbins.
Don't tell us, Ed. Please, we love you. Stay with us. Yes, Ed, please.
He's talking about me.
Work with.
Talking
He's
Burger.
really tough for us. Please, I hate Brian. I can't stand him. I hate his guts. I'm on his team. He's the most evil dictatorship, totalitarian person I've ever met in my life.
You're in my way.
No, I'm just playing. Brian's cool. I really like Brian. You know. I understand that, sir. Brian is real cool because Brian has worked in front of the camera and behind the camera, so he knows what actors want to hear. Come on.
Oh.
What do you mean? I thought you were babysitting.
I understand them because at their exact age right now, I was on a TV series. So every little thing
that's
that
very
they go
strange.
through now, I have been through.
Because
from
head of the
their
class
was
was where Dan Schneider got his start. He was part of the class and head of the class. That's where I remember Dan Schneider from. I didn't know him from Nickelodeon. I remembered him from the Howard Hessman, Billy Connolly sitcom of the day. I guess early 90s.
Brian Robbins.
Well, Brian Robbins, no, but I'm just saying because this is Good
Mhm.
Burger and it does have Dan Schneider. I remember Dan Schneider being on Head of the Class, and so obviously Brian Robbins
Oh, he
on Head of the
was.
Class, and so this is all just sort of a whirlwind of early 90s recognition.
I never saw Head of the Class. What channel was that on?
It was.
Well, I guess you're in Canada, so it's different for you.
No, ABC,
No,
CBS,
it was
and NBC
in,
still
yeah,
works.
it was in, yeah, it was just one of those shows that not a lot of people knew
Yeah,
about.
like
I remember it, but
it
I
was
never
kind of
watched
like
it.
it was kind of like Saved by the Bell,
Mhm.
but that was on Saturday mornings, and Head of the Class was on in prime time during the week. It was more about the teachers than it was about the kids.
Oh,
But you
wow,
had
okay,
classroom
that's
scenes that they would sort of help out with. But it was a fine show. It wasn't great, but it was a fine show.
Very good. Well, I've been needing to watch a movie that could just cheer me up and just just be. Well, but I think Siskel and Ebert's reviews are kind of funny. They just call it a stupid kids comedy, but Ebert.
I love they were arguing about it. Right?
Good
Yeah, they
Burger
were.
should be
They
called
actually-
Bad Burger.
It was great.
That sounds like them. Yeah, Ebert said, "It didn't do much for me, but I'm prepared to predict that its target audience will have a good time."
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. And that's what I appreciate about those classic reviews. It's like, this is not made for me, but I'm sure that the people who it is intended for will enjoy it. So, as opposed to this bad. Why?
Right. Wes Cagle says, "Glad you filled out your panel. Sorry I couldn't help. I never watched this movie. Other Nick shows I'd be good with, but this one I'd be lost." And hello to DJ Play Nice. Glad you made it here.
Hey, DJ Play Nice.
The way they show the construction of the burger, it reminds me of the opening of Napoleon Dynamite when they're showing like all the food with the titles and stuff.
That's
how the
another one
camera's
I haven't
positioned.
seen.
Neither.
Yeah.
I did see it, but unfortunately I saw it at I didn't it was my first time really visiting Alamo Draft House, and I didn't know what a sing-along was. And that means people shout at the movie and say the quotes and laugh hysterically. So I didn't really hear any of the movie. And so
Not
I
a good way
actually
to experience it
tried
for the first time. Yeah.
No, it was awful. I actually need to rewatch it.
I've heard of people who have gone to see The Room that way or Rocky Horror Picture
Oh,
Show
yes.
that way. And it's like,
Yes,
I don't know what's going on. Everyone around me is going insane.
Well, it could be fun if you have a group of friends and you all dress up and you bring some of the props. I think I think there's spoons you can throw at the audience at certain points. It's all good fun, but I've never been to any of those. I would find it really distracting but it could be a lot of fun if everyone, you pregame a little. And
Oh, of
then
course.
There I am.
Well,
I'm
it
on
seemed-
screen. There I am.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Well,
There's
retro
the guy.
Nerd Girl. It really works with Rocky Horror. It works perfectly with that. I enjoyed that.
Oh, you did do that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
also at
that's-
the Draft House.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I interned in Austin for Dell and IBM, I started watching a lot of movies. I think that's probably where I started actually caring about them.
Oh,
in
cool.
my early 20s.
And just a sort of, I went to go see the Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon sync up, and I got shushed after they started playing the album for the second time because it doesn't go for the full running. And I was like, we've listened to the entire album. There is no dialogue. Why would you shush me? So that was fun. That was one of the first experiences I had of people being frustrated at me watching a movie.
But yeah, at the end, that's exactly you. You're right there.
There I am.
And
Don't
this
eat
is
me,
the-
Ed.
This is the
Don't
dream
eat me, Ed.
sequence.
Aw, look at how adorable. I want one for fun.
Makes me hungry.
Look at them. So cute.
Well, they can fly.
I know. They're like floating. Ah.
Ed's on something here.
Yeah.
He's tripping out.
Where did you
He's on
take
some magic
Ed?
mushrooms or something.
The humor is just perfect because usually when you wake up, you just think you look at the clock and you say, "Oh, I'm late," but he says, "Oh, a clock."
I love
Yeah.
that so much. Yeah, a clock. It's just like you could tell, like, oh, this is the type of movie it's gonna be, and
Yeah.
it's great. And I love his
I'm
shower.
actually surprised they didn't do a dream within a dream sequence, which is that would have been an easy extra laugh, but they may have been out of time. Just couldn't have added that extra little thing.
Well, yeah, and they had to worry about a budget because they had to drop a giant cheeseburger on top of a vehicle.
Mm.
He's got all these rubber ducks like strapped to his shower. What? No, and he's got goggles. Like
I like the goggles.
It's the
Well, I
details.
think that portrays his innocent nature.
Yeah.
He's just here for fun.
Oh, well, yeah, because obviously he's using the rubber duckies when he's taking a bath, and he's using the goggles to go underwater when he's taking a little bath. He's so cute.
Oh, I forgot to get a screen cap of it, but the only thing that I think is kind of gross is that he takes a shower with his uniform
Clothes
on.
on. Yeah.
I
But I
mean,
think
it's a shower / washing machine.
There's a lot of gross moments here, though.
Yeah.
There's
But
one
I also
moment that I
like
must
that
have.
Good Burger's his life, of course. He sleeps in
Yeah.
his uniform. He washes. He doesn't take his uniform off. It's his.
Especially his hat. That hat is like glued to his head.
Except when he goes in drag.
Yeah.
Right.
The only time
Because even in the insane asylum, he still has it.
Yes.
When they fall into Mondo Burger, apparently the hat and his wig falls off, but he gets it back on in the next take. I think it makes it into the movie, but I didn't notice it. And apparently,
See, that would have been perfect for like a blooper or an outtake reel. Like he comes up and he doesn't have his wig on. He's like, "Oh, gotta get back in character." That would have been good for this movie as like a blooper reel or something.
Yeah, and it never came out with special features except the ones that I found.
Yeah.
But they didn't put them on the DVD though.
Which is weird because Nickelodeon would have had the promotional material available from their channel. So you figure you just want to transfer it over to the DVD unless they couldn't res it up or whatever. But it's all there. I can't believe there's a Blu-ray.
So
go
ahead.
I was just gonna say one of the other traits of Ed is that he's very creative. I played this one already, but he invents his own songs.
I'm a dick. He's a dick.
And it kind of
there you go.
The AC/DC song where everybody has big balls regardless of gender. So and same way here, everybody's a dude.
I never
But-
forgot that song after watching this movie. Like it's always stuck with me in my life.
Same.
Forever. Like I'll just start like hearing it in my head sometimes. It's like I'm a dude. Like if someone like says the word dude, I think it like triggers it to pop back up again.
Oh, it's my new ringtone.
One thing I was going to say about this from a storytelling perspective, these guys managed to nail something very important about Ed immediately in the story, which is how much he is needed at Good Burger. And they cannot do anything without him. They're like, we can't really help you. We've got to wait for the one guy to come in. And I love that because it's like, wow, so right now we're getting the importance of him being there. Not just him, being an employee there, but being needed.
He's the glue that holds the Good Burger together.
The pillar.
He's a pillar of justice and truth. With his basketball hoop in his shower.
Without Ed, there is no Good Burger, and that's why he can never be fired.
Yeah.
No matter what he does.
And this was like not even 5 minutes into the story. I think this is excellent.
Yeah, the pacing on this movie. I love how it's paced and set up the structure of it. And then here we go, chaos. The second he gets out his doors, chaos begins.
See, I thought he was gonna do like what a lot of other movies do, where I thought he was gonna duck right at the right moment and then, like, just pass through. No, he just creates this
Drags her.
intense chaos, and the poor girl almost dies.
Dragged her through the
I
streets.
no, I know. In most movies, he would have like joined the jump rope thing
Yeah,
and been awesome or something.
Yeah, or just
Yeah, show him some
or
new moves and like it's like a stunt double doing like breakdancing, all kinds of crazy stuff or something. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
thought
There's
that was
something
an
about
interesting choice.
Ed that is saying, sorry, not sorry, but he leaves off the not sorry, but he's not sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, everything seems to be fine.
Yep. Moving on.
He does apologize, but he's not in a
He
hurry.
does.
Is this when he steals the baby? Okay, yeah, this is the baby stealing scene.
Now, as
Child
everyone knows,
abduction.
I am a Caucasian man, but I am also a cartoon character in real life, and so I'm just curious: is it offensive for me to do an Ed impression?
I don't think so.
All right,
He's impersonating a white surfer, really.
A white surfer dude. All right, it all works out. It's a Venn diagram of awesome. Great.
Yeah. Everyone's
Hopefully,
a dude.
yeah. I mean, I really wish it didn't matter because that's what it's
Well,
not supposed to. That's what it's supposed to be. Like, it's not supposed to really matter. But
Well, and
yeah,
that's
I hear ya.
Remember,
not to
we're all
spoil
dudes.
it, but at the very end, he's like, "Is it because I'm black?"
Yeah,
And
I love that.
yeah.
lost my shit.
That's so good.
It's one of the funniest lines.
It was. I bet it was so hard for them not to break character when he said that too, because it was just so good. No, I'm black too. What the?
And
Yeah, I would
Dexter,
love
like
to
gives him
know.
like a double take. He's like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
Wait a minute. That's like pretty much most things that Ed says you have to process it. Like, wait, what did he just say?
No.
Well, and that's why we'll get to the end when we get to the end. But this is just,
Oh,
I think this is fantastic. And watching this in retrospect after having seen it, this is so much funnier once you get to the end and find out who Ed really is.
And Scotty, this goes with your point too, where like this whole setup really makes it you don't have to watch the TV show or the previous like all that sketches. They pretty
Sure.
much give you everything you need to know about
Yeah.
Ed in the beginning here to
Yes.
set up new audiences for it too.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
perfect.
but in all that, is he already friends with Dexter?
No,
No, Dexter comes in this movie.
Yeah, he
only in
comes-
the
Wait.
movie.
He's the customer,
No,
right?
no,
That comes in?
he's a customer. He's a customer.
Yeah, he's like
He's
various
a
customers in the
construction
sketches,
dude.
I think. Oh, is that what
Does
he
he
is?
have a name?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, he's the construction dude. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because I thought he was
Okay.
like various like customers. Like
Yeah.
you play different customers.
That's
would
from
be
my
annoyed by Ed.
recollection of it.
Yeah.
And that's from seeing it years ago and not really. I wasn't really into it, but every once in a while I'll catch something.
Oh, and I only left it on this clip because I really like this slide because you
it's
can tell
perfect.
that the baby is they switched it out with the doll, so the baby was not put under undue danger.
Yeah.
Just
Watch out, people! Baby coming through. I'm out of control on my skates.
Still more convincing than the baby from the Twilight movie.
Yeah.
I want to say,
boy, that baby.
Oh my stars! Look like Grogu.
Oh my goodness.
Smaller ears.
I want to not talk about Twilight and say hello to Suzanne and find
Yes.
out
Sounds good.
Joker. Wes Cagel's here. Hello, Wes Cagel.
Hey, Wes Cagel.
And Eugene Bird. This is my daughter's second favorite movie after Coming to America.
Oh, she's got great taste.
Wow. I could do another one on Coming to America. That's another childhood movie of mine.
Well, if you would like,
Oh, gosh.
I would love to join you for that if you have space for me. I love that movie.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That would be incredible. That would make me laugh too, obviously. And Greek letters is here.
Oh,
Hey.
I know Greek letters.
Mhm. I think I saw this movie like 25 years ago, maybe more. Yeah, 1997. So that's about right. Yeah, 25 years ago.
Time for
But,
a revisit. I do declare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
27
agree.
years ago, so close enough.
I highly recommend it.
I recommend it, but I wouldn't say highly. I do
Oh,
recommend
no.
it. I put it in the SNL level movie. Again, I think it's a great comparison to put this in as a Saturday Night Live movie comparison. And I don't think I would highly recommend any SNL movie. I like them all, but it's in there.
You wouldn't highly recommend Blues Brothers?
Okay, you got me. You got me. And I would highly recommend Wayne's World.
Or
But I'm
Coneheads?
thinking about like Superstar and The Ladies' Man and It's Pat.
Well, those were the worst of them. But I mean, I
The
enjoyed
ones that you're
worst.
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
I love The Ladies' Man. I love Superstar.
Yeah.
Those ones that you listed, I've never seen those. I've only seen the good ones, apparently.
Oh,
The good ones.
Superstar is actually it'll put a smile on your face. There's a few moments where it's like,
All I remember from Superstar is her smelling her armpits, and then she's like making out with a tree. That's like all I remember.
That was great. That was a great moment. And also the older lady. She's the older lady who used to be a Hollywood dancer. She's hilarious. She has a little monologue that just will break you down.
Charo?
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's okay.
What, Charo? That's the name of the...
Getting called out for other things, not recommending Animal House?
Because they have newer ones too, like
Animal House wasn't a Saturday
MacGruber.
Night Live. That was an
They had MacGruber.
MacGruber is, yeah. I would highly recommend MacGruber.
No.
No?
Night
All
at the
right.
Roxbury. I had so much fun.
Night at
with
the
that.
Roxbury has some good moments.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It was fun.
Well, welcome
What
to
is
Good Burger
love,
now that Ed's here. Home of the Good
I
Burger.
guess maybe it wasn't a SNL sketch, but it had a lot of alumni in it. A lot of SNL actors in Animal House. I think that's what he's mentioning. Why he's mentioning it. It's the
Caddyshack
kind of movie that once you see it and years later you see it on TV and there's nothing else, you change the channel to watch advertising.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I would sit through the commercials to watch Good Burger, and I think that is a good recommendation. If I find this on the Family Channel, I'm leaving it on. In fact, I'm going to scope the Family Channel for Good Burger too.
Let's
Yeah,
get past that part.
the only reason why I would highly recommend it is because sometimes you need, sometimes you need a little fun when things are really crazy at work or you do with like the world politics and all that stuff. It's nice to watch something that's really funny and get just like, so you can just like have a little fun for a few moments of your life.
And would you recommend this to parents? Would
Yes.
you recommend this to parents to like show their kids like?
Oh yeah, I think parents could definitely let their kids see this one. This is an easy one. It's not. There isn't any. There's maybe one or two references, but they're so subtle.
Yeah.
Compared to
the vague innuendos are so vague that kids don't notice them. So that's what Nickelodeon was an expert at doing that.
And Ed plays it off like, what? I don't know.
And that's what helps. Ed's innocence, like he doesn't know he's being hit on. Like he's like, no, miniature golf sounds way more fun.
Yeah. I forgot about the Carmen Electra part. Yes.
Yeah, saying like
They named her Roxanne so they could play the Roxanne song. That was like the main reason.
Oh yeah. She's going in for a kiss and he like body slams her.
I mean, he has his eyes on Linda Cardellini.
Yes, that's the perfect part.
He wants Heather from the insane asylum. That's his soulmate. The perfect woman for Ed, a psychopath.
And even that was very tame. I think very sweet.
I thought she
in
was,
the narrative of
when
I
was rewatching it, I thought she was gonna say something like crazy, like when he asked her what she was in for, and it's like, oh, I snuck out, I helped the kangaroos escape. I'm like, oh, okay. For some reason in my mind I thought she was gonna say something like really violent or something, but no, the joke was like tame. I was like, oh, okay. This movie doesn't try to push it too hard in parts.
Yeah, I like that.
There is a Good Burger 2 movie collection available on Amazon in Canada for $25, so it's probably $15 in the United States.
And can we talk about how epic Mondo Burger looks?
Oh yes.
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Built
We've
up
got to
like
meet
this
the villain.
palace, this castle. It's like one of those multi-layered cakes that like the Super Bake Offs would make.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's just I
They've
love it.
come to take the business of Good Burger. They believe that they can crush them, so that's their setup.
It's a 3-story, well, maybe 4 if you count the little top, like 4-story burger place.
Have to count the straw.
Yeah. How'd you get up there? What is this, American Gladiator? Oh, there's so many good lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Today they'd say American Ninja Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I was listening to someone who had worked at Nickelodeon. I forget who it was, but they were talking about sort of the formula that was available to Nickelodeon, and you always, especially in the 90s, you had to have an overweight comedic actor, and it just I found it interesting that there are a lot of not necessarily tropes, but there's a lot of things that are distinctly 90s. I know a Nickelodeon movie that was distinctly 90s, but
Look
it's
at what
just
Sinbad's wearing.
I know, right? It was like the 70s were funny. This is
yeah.
the same era that you would get the Brady Bunch movie and all that jazz.
Well, Scotty, as someone who now perpetually lives in the 1990s, I finally understand Mr. Wheat, who perpetually lives in the 1970s.
There you go. See? You only hate old people until you get old.
Yes.
I'm gonna be Sinbad's character for Halloween. I need to get me that whole get up with the fro and the glasses, everything.
And well, apparently there are boots too, so you might have to go through all the whole movie to find out what the boots look
I'll
like.
have his mailbox. That'll be my like candy bag. I'll have people put candy in the mailbox.
Oh, that's cool. Great idea. Those lapels are just like insane. They have glitter on them. Well, this is also playing on the trope, like if you guys remember in the 90s, they used to have those shirts that were blocked with so many different colors all over the place. It was like more like 89, 90, like 91, where they had all these shirts with like all the different blocking.
Well, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did that all the time, didn't they?
Yeah. So just I like the way they kind of took it and went way overboard.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, back in the 90s, let's play a clip.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I know you think, my brother, why would this man give us a test on the last day of school before summer starts? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the mind never sleeps.
Sinbad plays Mr. Wheat, who is one of Dexter's teachers.
He's a great character.
Sorry, my brother.
Hey, my hurry is that it's now officially summer vacation, and yet I'm still looking at you.
Mr. Wheat's a little bit of a throwback. He dresses in these 70s clothes, and he's still got an afro, and he's still got platform shoes, and it's kind of sad.
Have you seen
It's
your
kind of sad.
the fro, the boots, and his jacket?
Mr. Wheat's trying to be a mentor for Dexter, and unfortunately, Dexter happens to crash his car right into Mr. Wheat.
Sinbad's cool. He's real cool. He's one of the coolest comedians that I've met. I've always looked up to Sinbad for a long time because his comedy is so clean.
Behind the scenes, Nickelodeon behind the scenes. That's Paramount, man. They want you to say something because they put money up for the movie and everything. Yeah, man, really dig working for y'all and everything. It's been real cool.
That afro.
You couldn't be like that these days. They wouldn't let you be real like that. Don't say it in a joking way.
You can't. Yeah.
You love Paramount.
There's a
Tell
lot
the
of
people.
comedy that's not allowed anymore.
You're not allowed to be funny.
But I've got to thank Eugene Bird. He sent me a super sticker, so we've got to play him a clip. I've got to find a clip and I've also got to mute my screen share. That way I don't echo. So I've got to find a clip for Eugene. Let's go to the super chat thank yous and play a few.
Those eyes.
Kirk had quite the reputation as a ladies' man.
Not him. Spock.
My congratulations, Captain. A dazzling display of logic.
This one's brand new. I just clipped this one the other day.
He accepted me for what I am. And that I have learned is friendship.
And thank you, Eugene Bird, for the super sticker. And so we'll switch back to the movie. So yeah, Sinbad's great. and
That
he
20
shows
bucks,
he pops up.
that would have took 4 hours of work for a Good Burger employee to make that. They were getting $5 an hour.
Right, $5 an hour. It just the minimal amount of money that they got back then. It's just
That's rough.
the difference of inflation is
Yeah.
incredible. And that's it. It's supposed to be the end of summer, and I'm at my notes now where I'm supposed to catch up to the car crash, but I'm a
Yeah, last day of
little
school,
behind.
summer vacation started, and we all remember that when we were kids, how much we loved those 3 months of not having to worry about school and staying up late, all the good stuff.
School's out. Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to hang out by the pool, maybe order some Chinese food, have some ladies come over and have him eat some egg rolls.
But what's his
He got it all
mistake?
planned out.
He decides he can drive his mother's sports car without a driver's license. So there's a lot of this begins all of the irresponsible teenage driving in this movie.
And we see no parents in this movie.
Yeah, no parents.
Right? Where are they? Well, his are out of town. Who knows where Kel's are? Even he says he sees them every day, but we don't see them.
Yeah.
Not Kel. Well, that's his name, but Ed.
Yeah.
We don't see Ed's parents. And in order to pay for the damage of, so he does get into a crash, and or in order to pay for the damage, Reed
to work
decides
off
to get a
set.
job.
Yeah.
Did he have? Oh, he hadn't done the crash yet.
Yeah. He's like gonna do the delivery
No.
on his skates, I think.
Yes, that's right. Because Ed doesn't drive either. He uses his rollerblades, or he chooses not to drive because when he does drive, he drives pretty crazy.
Yeah. He's chaos enough on skates, then you put that man behind the wheel of a car, and then it's really dangerous.
All right.
Bad idea.
Yeah, I wonder who the stunt driver was for that.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and DJ Play Nice says my first minimum wage job was $3.35 per hour. And
that's
Jet
rough.
Sparks says, "Can you be demonetized for showing you know whose face?" I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out because he showed up several times.
Yeah, he's part of the movie, so.
Yeah, he's like
So
the
yeah,
manager.
it's kind of impossible. He's the manager, so we're just gonna call him the manager or whatever his name is.
Black Beauty.
Oh, there it is. That's it. This is what I wanted. So Mr. Weed's car is a 1993 Infiniti J30, and
Yeah.
Dexter's mom's car is a 1995 Nissan 300ZX. 2 plus
Yeah.
2.
So this is like the catalyst of the whole movie is the car, and it's not even fully his fault because Ed did go in front of him on the skates and kind of distract him. And
Although he was going a little bit fast for being
yeah,
in
so
a
it's both of their
residential
faults,
area.
I would say, huh? Like a little bit of both their faults. But yeah, this is
Keith
the line.
E.
I
worked
hate to
at
put a black man in jail. I hate to do it. There it is.
Yeah, I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
Keith E is here. Hello, Keith E. I worked at college for $2.05 an hour because it was an institution where they could pay below minimum wage. Wow.
Hi, Keithy.
But
Man.
yes, I love this is a good
And the
crowd.
fact that he's got to get a summer job that he's not even going to get to keep any of the money. Like it's all going to Sinbad. Like
Yeah.
so literally you're working for nothing essentially.
Yeah, but
Well,
he's trying to get himself out of trouble before his parents get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working for
But his summers
freedom
are wrapped.
and
Yeah.
his dignity.
Check out that 90s
Yes.
brick phone.
Right? Their old school car phone.
Yes, that phone is amazing. I love
Yes,
when he
I
pulls
want
out
one.
this phone. It's crazy,
Oh,
and he
great.
has one of these.
Yeah, and they
That's
get an
really
estimate, and yeah, it ends up being more expensive than the estimate.
yeah, that's why they call it an estimate.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's estimation. It's not exact.
Oh.
Mondo Burger. I just love
Mondo.
Mondo Burger. And I love their outfits. They remind me of Austin Powers, Verticon.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You like our
Verticon.
quasi-futuristic clothes, Mr. Powers? Like that's what it reminds me of. Like so good. And he doesn't know how to put a burger together to save his life. Dude is
Oh, it's insane.
helpless at this.
That
Just
means
watching
he's
them, I'm
never
like,
made
what
his
is,
own sandwich.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm like,
that's
what are you doing?
yeah.
Well, but
Or maybe he
they're
could be. Oh, go ahead.
no, you first.
Well, I was thinking maybe he was doing it on purpose because there's no way you don't know how to put together a
Yeah.
burger. So, and then he ends up working for the other place and seems to be fine at putting together burgers there. So it's kind of, I don't know, it was a little sus. I was like, what do you do? What's your angle?
It was the
They
pace.
like
Maybe it was
They
just
need
too
to create a
fast.
reason for him to get like kicked out of Mondo Burger and like be down his luck and end up at Good Burger. But yeah, it's
Pretty
just a little
much.
weird.
Yeah.
But he's doing quality control. He's like, these pickles, they're not crunchy. And he's like talking about it. And I'm kind of with Jill on this in terms of the pace. It almost reminds me of that old Lucy skit with the wrapping the
yeah.
chocolates. And it's like, it's going too fast. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it.
It
It
So
reminds
I'm
me of
with
Joe Dirt when
Oh,
Joe Dirt's working at like the oil refinery and like I'm new, I don't know what to do, and they fire him like after one day of work because he can't even do it.
I want to
Jet
say
Sparks,
hello
hey.
to the Dream Team. Yeah, and Jet Sparks, the guy who plays the manager in this movie and effectively created all those Nickelodeon shows. It's true. So if we enjoy them, then at least something good came from it somehow. And Wes Cagle says, "Is it just me, or does anyone else realize there's no way a summer job at this burger joint is going to make enough to pay for a repair on those cars?" And I did the math on that, but I got to find it in my notes. Okay, so right at $5 an hour for 6 days a week.
Yikes!
And what's the other 5?
6 hours a day. Is it six
6
hours
hours
a day,
Yeah,
5
yeah,
days a
because he
week?
says he has 6-hour shifts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I would love a 6-hour shift.
He needs to make $2,700, so you can set up the equation 150x, where x is the number of weeks equal to 2,700 to find out how much you need. 2,700 divided by 150 is 18 weeks. So that would be 18 weeks. But then later on, that was just the estimate. So like you said, when it gets bumped up, it turns into 22 weeks.
Yeah, and summer's only what 12 weeks, so yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it in the summer.
The answer to that was the secret sauce, Wes Cagle. That's how he makes the money.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he rips off Ed big time. I
Yeah.
get 80%, and you get 20.
Yeah. 80-20.
So it works out good for both of us, and he has that little sly, mischievous look on his face. But Ed being the nice guy, just like, cool, sounds good.
But it also, you do sound like a bit of a Gene Siskel if you're sitting there. The economics of Good Burger don't make sense. It just doesn't add up. I would say and get the payment for his car.
Greek letters, he says, and we mustn't state his name because the curse will fall on our heads. What am I missing? No, I talked about Stan Snyder at the beginning, and I don't want to dwell.
Yeah.
You can talk about him.
Yeah, thankfully he doesn't have a lot to do in this movie. He pops up to like criticize the workers a little bit, but yeah. We don't have to dwell on him too much.
Picture of beer was $1.25. Oh, the picture of beer. Oh, okay. Whenever Keith E was getting that low amount of money, he could still buy a pitcher of beer.
Hmm.
Well, I'm in Canada, and so if I want to buy a picture of beer, yes, it is $1.25.
Oh, the secret sauce. It's always the secret sauce.
It's always a secret sauce. I like that. Like they're, fast food restaurant sort of, you're making fun of the things that are surrounding the fast food industry. And so the secret sauce, it's our secret. It's great. Reminds me
I
of
love how it's
McDonald's
their
secret
counter to Mondo Burger. Yeah, it's like, how do we counter Mondo Burgers selling their giant burgers for the same price as ours? And it's a fun little, plot point with the sauce.
Yeah, and this is Kel Mitchell's least favorite scene. He doesn't like being in the shake maker.
That was the grossest part, I think. I almost hurled.
Or when he has the what about when he has the grapes up his nose and he eats them?
Ooh, that's pretty nasty too.
Yeah, that's pretty
That
nasty.
was gross.
He eats them after same shot and everything. They don't even cut away. Nom, 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 nom.
If I was,
Well,
if I was in a
it's his
movie,
own
I would
nose,
be able
though.
to do that.
I'm
Yeah.
great nose boy.
Just think about
He
the paycheck
probably-
at the end. And then,
Yeah.
He probably cleaned out his nose before he
Right.
put the grapes
Probably
in
a little bit of
Yeah, just made sure it was nice and clean in there. As long as you're not plucking it out of somebody else's nose.
Oh man, Ed, it's
Right,
not
it's your
turned
it's your
on.
own it's your own
body
Yeah, and he
fluid.
turns it on.
What are you doing inside the milkshake machine?
This is gross.
Trying to fix it. Here you go, buddy.
Oh, they slimed him.
Yeah.
I had sticky yogurt all on me. It's nasty. Sticky yogurt. Sticky yogurt. That's what it was. Sticky yogurt.
Action.
It's like,
That's pretty fun.
Whoa! Strawberry jacuzzi! Woo!
The best part's when he closes the door at the end.
We should sell that. Sticky yogurt. Even the kill sticky yogurt paste. The yogurt you can eat. Write it down. All right.
That would have been a funny plot point too. If like the shake started selling really good, and they're like, "What's the new ingredient in the shakes?" It's like, "Ed, we're gonna need you to take a bath in the shakes from now on to keep the shakes at that
Oh
quality."
no.
level."
Oh no, that would have been terrible.
Right.
Yeah, it's just gross.
My nightmare.
Hey, Penny.
Cold. Not fun at all. But since the kids are seeing this, I loved it.
Why in the name of Sweet Georgia Brown wouldn't they take off the wig and the hat and clean them up? Like they don't have like trailer showers? I don't know what Nickelodeon was spending on this thing.
You pestiferous little maggot. That's such a funny line, dude.
So is this guy is the owner, manager, whatever this blonde guy's
Kurt.
name?
Kurt.
So
Captain Kurt.
is he from the show?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen this guy before.
No, I don't
Or
think he's part of the
since.
show.
Yeah, no, I thought that there was a reason why they cast this guy because I thought it would. For some reason I was thinking like Bill Paxton, but like I didn't understand why they had this guy doing this.
I love his thing.
And
He keeps saying,
Sweeter?
"You mess with Kurt, you go in the grinder."
Yeah,
Do you mean metaphorically?
Yeah, some actual grinders.
No, the only thing I see is he was on ER. He actually doesn't. He's just a side actor, basically. The Dream Team says it depends. Some of the workplaces require an actual check. I did work that I didn't do. Didn't do direct deposit, so I had to pick up an actual check to put in my account. I don't.
Hi, honey.
Okay. And yeah, so Kurt's of course the manager of Mondo Burger. I guess maybe he's franchise owner too. And he gives a big speech about how they're going to become the biggest burger chain in America after they take down Good Burger from across the street. And they give him basically an outlandish Machiavellian nature where he tells them to forget their lives. Mondo Burger is your life. Forget your family because he's now their mother and father.
Yeah.
So Keenan says
I am your
he must
god
look
now.
weird. He must look weird naked.
Yeah, that's a good joke too.
It's an amazing joke. I didn't get it when I was a kid. That's one of those like you don't think about hermaphrodites when you're 12 years
Yeah.
old. So
Oh man. Yeah, that is a good
also
line.
he speaks in the third person. Also,
Oh yeah,
he
you don't
speaks
mess
in the
with
third person,
Kurt.
which is always a bad sign.
Kurt is upset. Like, is that you? That's another one of the funny exchanges with him and Ed. I'm aware. I thought you were Kurt. Oh man.
I actually have that on here. He was like, I want you to bail on Good Burger. You make your sauce for Kurt. Who's Kurt? I'm Kurt. I'm Ed. I'm aware. You said you were Kurt.
I love that. It's so good.
Duck season, wabbit season.
Who's on
Yeah, that
first?
was definitely a Bodlin comedy.
There, that's nice. Because now Kurt is your mother and your father.
Jet Spark says, I think that one scene where he says to Ed, I'm aware I should have been turned into a meme template. What scene is that?
This one we were talking
I'm
about.
not sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keenan's so good at that. He's
Mondo Burger, there
terrified.
are no comedians. It's funny because when I worked at my first job, like the manager there took that shit way too seriously. And it kind of reminded me of this, where it's like, okay, calm down. This is just a minimum wage job. Like, calm down. This isn't like, changing the world. Man.
Oh, hi, Kimberly
Oh,
Earnhart.
there's a Good Burger with nothing on it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
that's what he
You said nothing.
So, yeah, he gave him what he wanted.
And I love when he's like, I win to the customer. I wanted to do that so bad when I worked at the movie theater concession stand. And customers get all antsy. I just want to be like, I win. But I'd probably be fired after that in the real world.
Yeah, probably. So Dexter tells Ed why he's upset after a series of comedic misunderstandings. It's pretty good. Eventually, Ed tells him he could get a job with Good Burger, which ironically is deliveries, driving a car, which is exactly how I got in trouble to begin with.
And in reality, you would have one soda and just get a refill in that same cup. But to make you know that they had a bunch of sodas, they put them all in different cups. So it
Weren't
looked
they
like you had a
shakes?
lot.
Do
Are they
you
shakes?
do you
Oh
get
my
your
god, that's a
refill
lot of milk.
shakes?
That's a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
the
milk.
same strawberry shape, probably.
Oh my!
Ooh, yeah.
That's so much.
Oh no, I didn't think about that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
drinking Cal shakes. Oh my god, Ed shakes rather. I keep
Yeah.
mixing it.
That's what you want as a worker with a freaking oxygen tank.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised to see Abe Vigoda in this, but his job in this movie is just to be an old person.
It's like he's worked there ever since he was 17.
Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Oh, this is a great exchange. Any accidents? Not to your knowledge.
Oh, that reminds me, I do have a few clips that I haven't been playing.
Boy, you must really suck.
Perfect motivation.
Any accidents?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's it. You're good.
Any accidents on your record?
Oh no.
Not to your knowledge.
Oh. So good. Perfectly delivered. And it's just no further questions. Moving on.
Right, we don't need to see your driver's license or anything.
In reality, he'd be like, what does that mean?
We're not
No
in
driver's license.
reality.
No social security number.
I think this is when they go deliver to Shaq. Heidi ho, Dex. Oh, and I also found it interesting that everybody's name tags has the word "I'm" before their name, like completely unnecessary. Just have your name and you don't need the word
I think
"I'm."
it's like colloquial. Like
Yeah.
I'm.
And there's been a couple of places where I worked with that did that.
Really?
Dumb
We're concerned
thing,
about
yeah.
your flair.
Yeah. I think name tags suck anyway. It's like, it's weird for some stranger to call you by your name. It's like, who, what?
Spatch.
I like that a vegetarian works here. They need to eat too.
Yes. I was hoping that by now we'd get a lot more like fast food places with like vegan burgers. A couple places do though. You have to ask for it. Oh, what a huge!
I know.
The best part with Spatch in this movie is when he tries to pick up the Mondo burger on his spatula and it bends the spatula and he like cries. He's like, no.
Yeah, he doesn't have any lines. Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't get much to do. He just eats a fly and then cries
He
over
gets a
bent
series of
spatula. Yeah.
He gets a series of noises.
Same with the crazy guy that Ed lets loose in the insane asylum. He doesn't have any lines. He just makes grunting noises.
Yes, big scary dude. Help us.
Hey, Spatch! Spatch isn't much of a people person. Spatch is the cook. He's kind of a, well, he's psychotic.
Hi, Ron.
That's most of the cast.
Well, Mr. Spatch doesn't speak much, but his growl is really distinctive.
There it is.
There's this huge monologue that he does. He's like, Spatch basically, he lives with his spatula. He showers, shaves, goes to the bathroom with it, changes tires.
Goes to the bathroom with it?
Wow.
And flips
So
your
he
hamburger.
cleans himself with it.
You don't know how to work the 3 seashells?
Oh man.
Spatch does it with a spatula.
Yeah, and I want to say hello to Kimberly Ann Hart. Good to see you, return nerd girl. And
It's so
great
cool.
to see you.
Yeah, it's so good to see you.
And also, Jetspark says, also, Kurt is another case of who's the bigger fool, the fool himself or his two Tweedledee and Tweedledum lackeys who follow him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a good villain needs sidekicks, needs henchmen.
Yeah, he has a lot. He has quite a few. If you're 45 and wearing a name tag, you've made a bad career choice.
Yeah, because like doesn't Roxanne, like Carmen Electra, technically work for him too?
Yeah.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
She quits.
Yeah.
It depends on the job, Keith. Yeah, it does depend. And Dream Team has to go. She has to get to work.
All right, see you, Dream Team.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, can you guys not hear me? I
can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I said
Can
hello
everybody
earlier.
else? Can people in the
Yes.
chat hear?
I think I
You're
hope
a
I'm
retro
saying-
nerd girl. This is important.
This is very important. Can you hear me?
Because
Stop everything,
Retro Nerd Girl
everybody.
Yeah, Retro
Everybody in
Nerd
the
Girl has
chat's
said
like,
a lot
no.
of amazing things. And if all of those amazing things are not on this live stream, I will probably... Okay, good.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Good. Everybody, people are saying they can hear me. Okay, good. Yay. Yeah, I was worried because I was having some problems with my microphone earlier this week. So I'm glad it's working.
Yeah, and then he also meets Monique. But
The love interest.
This is Shar Jackson. She was the girlfriend of Britney's ex-husband, I think.
Spears?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Federline?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, let me
Oh
just
my.
check.
Getting flashbacks from the 90s all over the place.
Shar Jackson.
She
This is the
she
only
didn't like
thing.
Dexter.
Because this is the only thing I've ever seen her in. Was she in other things? I don't think so.
Well, she's charming. Like she's great in the movie.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, it doesn't. Yes, Kevin Federline. She used to date him, and I think she had a baby with him.
Wow. What is it with Kevin Federline?
I don't. When he was, in his prime, he was,
He
a
was
nice
he was
snack.
he was a nice snack. Thank you
He
so
was a
much,
nice
RNG.
snack.
But I do like when he meets Monique, we get the all that reference where he's like, she's all that, and then he's like, what does that mean? All what? And it's like it's an all that reference.
Yeah, they said the thing.
Yeah, they said the thing.
That's
Referenced all that.
awesome.
But that's come on, like that's when you're making a Good Burger movie that is originated from the All
You
That
have to.
television show, you kind of have to. And I guess if it were to be released now, and there was Good Burger 2 that was released in 2023, it'd be like member berries, and it's like, yes, that's the entire reason we made this.
There are member berries in there. Yeah.
Here we go with the mailbox that he's proud of.
Oh,
that mailbox.
Oh no, this is the first one because I think 2 of them get destroyed, right?
I
Yeah.
think-
Yeah, no, the other one gets destroyed during the chase from the orderlies at the mental hospital when they steal the ice cream truck.
Yes. And that one's way more epic. This one's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
They up
the
the
next
ante.
one.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's what I mean. Like it is, I'm sure that they spared expenses, but this is actually like the production value of this movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Especially like the Mondo Burger destruction at the end. I was like, wow, this is actually a lot of practical effects when like the place is falling apart and stuff. I was like, damn, I don't remember this being this epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last part was, I mean, like I said, I would say the last 15 minutes are just like, oh.
Because they really had a car get smashed by a burger. Like that really happened. Like it wasn't CGI.
Oh, it was like car chase, explosions, destruction.
Yeah, it's like whoa.
Location. It was everything. Like, and especially with the construction of Mondo Burger, that wasn't done with matte paintings. That was like built.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
made
right. They
sense.
used the Samantha Courtyard Shopping Center in West Covina, California to film the Mondo Burger restaurant with extra details added to the facade of the film. So yes, it was the whole shopping
Oh.
center turned into a cheeseburger castle.
Cool.
Well, that's cool.
And
Well, and I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the Clerks animated television show, but I'm starting to get the feeling that Kevin Smith ripped off the Good Burger for the Clerks animated show because there's the quick stop, and then across the street, they Leonardo, voiced by Alec Baldwin, builds the quicker stop, and so it's like I don't know. It's reminding me.
Yeah. Well, this is basically a live action cartoon, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I was getting also vibes of Fairly Odd Godparents for some reason, which was the show I loved. I did watch that religiously. And I was just getting that vibe with all the like little sound effects and all the little things. I don't know. It was
Yeah, there were definite cartoon sound effects all over in this movie.
all over.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
And
Bob's
just
Burger.
Yeah.
My favorite one is when Dexter looks back and forth, and it's like each time his eyes swoop, there's like that.
Yeah,
It's like
is that when he's
that
in the
wind rushing
like
sound effect?
the laundry hamper in Mondo Burger when he's like infiltrating and he looks left and
Yes.
right. Yeah, that's
Well,
my
and,
favorite.
and Ed does it a bunch of times too, and it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like Fred Flintstone's on his tippy toes, looking back and forth really quick. It's great.
So we get a failure montage for Good Burger. Everyone's eating at Mondo Burger because they're bigger burgers, and there are no customers for Good Burger.
Oh, no Good Burger customers.
No.
How can
he's gonna?
They just bring
how
him
can
the
he
tills.
welcome you to a Good Burger if you don't buy a Good Burger and you can't take his
Right.
order?
Well, the grand opening even turns off the electricity, so Mr. Bailey brings
yes.
in a cheeseburger to examine, and that's
Yes.
where Spatch
There, yeah.
bends it.
It's so powerful it bends his spatula.
So last night, my husband had leftover cheeseburger, and I ate it because of this movie. Like I wasn't gonna eat it. But it was
Oh,
like my
I had a whole cheeseburger meal while I was watching this last night to get ready. I was like, gotta have a burger while you watch this movie.
yeah,
Got
I'm glad I had one on hand. I didn't plan.
They sound similar.
I love that when he's like trying to figure it out and he's got him near his ears.
Well, and I was looking to find out. I was actually rather taken by the sort of unsung role of Ginny, of Dee Dee, the little blonde girl. And I was like, whatever happened to Dee Dee? And so the actress's name is Ginny Schreiber. I have no idea what happened. She just sort of falls off the face of the earth. IMDb has nothing. She stopped her career in 2003.
There's a lot of kids out there that, for some reason, once they grew up, they either changed their name or whatever because they become untraceable.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Well, and not untraceable, but I'm thinking of like Carrie Henn playing Newt in Aliens, and she did that one movie, and then she was like, "I'm good." So,
right.
And Ed puts on his rollerblades. He knocks down Otis. Oh no, he's hurt.
Nobody helps him up either. They just continue their conversation. They just leave the old man on the floor.
yeah, but there is in
By
the
the way.
90s, there is nothing more hilarious than watching old people fall down. In
Yeah,
fact, I
but
would say
no,
today there is nothing more hilarious than watching old people fall down. Have you seen the Biden clips? Come on, he can't work stairs. It's crazy.
But at least Dexter takes him to the hospital.
This is true. It's Schadenfreude with empathy.
Yes.
I think I broke my ass.
Well, and this is also part of the era where Abe Vigoda was making, like, he would show up on Conan O'Brien in like 96, 97 and just be like, I'm Abe Vigoda. And everyone would be like, yay! He was a punchline unto himself, and I'm glad he sort of leaned into it. And he does actually become a functional part of the team later on in the film. So he's not just there to be old person. He is he is part of the Good Burger family.
And he does discover the shark poison. So he does help the plot.
Yeah. But mostly he's there to be like, I'm really old.
Yeah.
I bet they wanted to use rat poison, but then like they didn't want kids to like actually find that or use it or something. So, like, let's use something fake like shark poison.
Yes. Well, and also it says it obviously has a skull and crossbones on the poison.
Yeah.
It's like it'll make them very, very sick. And it's like, that's not what that says.
Right.
It says it will kill them.
Right. I was waiting for Kurt to be like, we're gonna kill their customers and then they'll never eat theirs. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But that's also, you gotta sort of rein it in.
Yeah.
And this movie was obviously made for the PG rating that it got. I'm glad it got a PG rating as opposed to a G rating. Because I still think it's kind of fun to show, when you get to a certain age and you get to see that sort of subversive humor, and it's like, oh no, there's fun and violence, but don't worry, it's not gonna be lethal. And I like that kind of thing, like Gremlins. Like nobody dies in Gremlins.
Oh, no, that's not true. The dad who tries to be Santa Claus.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And the next door lady as well. She falls out the window.
Yeah, she doesn't fall.
Or she gets thrown out. Yeah,
yeah.
By that weird elevator thing.
It was a bad example.
She was.
I still showed it to my kids.
She passes out, but I mean, they don't show her like actually getting up from that though. So she could have died.
Well, yeah, it's like a 30-foot ejection from the top of her stairs, isn't it?
And speaking of which, there is a murder in this movie, but it's off camera, and we'll get to it.
Who gets
later.
murdered? I missed
this. It's in the insane asylum. But
Yes,
right now,
thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, when he sees him, yes, and you just hear chaos. Oh my gosh, somebody definitely died.
When I first saw the guy, The psychopath in the insane asylum, I thought it was Bull from Night Court, and I was like, wait a second. It wasn't.
So this is the turning point where Dexter and Ed become, well, they don't necessarily become friends, but it kind of changes their relationship because
Yes.
he discovers the sauce.
But this is also. Oh, you're gonna play it?
That was a great moment.
Well, but this is the thing, and I again going with the comedic pairings. There is something here where I think that Ed is Bugs Bunny and Dexter is Daffy Duck, because Daffy Duck responds so much more reactionary to try and fix things, and Ed is just like, whatever, we'll do what we do. And it's amazing. I think it's so fun, and I'm sure that they carry elements of all of the Looney Tunes, but that's the main pairing. This is, as far as I'm concerned, from what I saw, this is a Bugs and Daffy adventure.
And I agree with you completely, but before we move on any further and I find out what Jack has to say, why would I stop on this still? What do you think, Scotty? I caught my attention here.
Oh,
What?
I know what it is.
It's in the background.
Is it a burger?
Blockbuster.
That's
Oh,
it.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But it actually
What
says
does it
something
say?
else.
It's like Blockbuster Depository. I don't understand why it's.
I think
Pavilion,
it
What
says
does it say?
Pavilion. I think it's just pavilion.
Pavilion? Is that a thing? I've never been to Los Angeles. I'm assuming that's where this was filmed. What is the Blockbuster Pavilion?
I think that's just a parody of Blockbuster Video.
Oh, okay.
They go past a few things that don't really exist anymore. They also, at one point, they drive past a travel agency, and I'm like, oh, remember those? Travel agency. We don't need those no more.
That's true. We've got Priceline.
.com.
Or Expedia. Does anybody use Expedia anymore?
I don't travel.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of traveling.
Why do they have grapes at a burger place, anyways?
He brought them from home.
Oh, did he? I was like,
He brought
grapes?
the sauce from home, and he brought
And his
that
grapes.
from home.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense too, because the sauce is from home.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the ingredients of the.
I wanted to
the
see him
sauce.
dip his grapes in his sauce. He
I
never
hope
dips
so.
his grapes in his sauce.
Yeah. There's grapes. There's lemon juice.
Yeah.
Hang on.
His dad's probably a gardener. They probably have a big old garden. He just goes and takes the grapes off the thing.
Man, we gotta mix that
We never
sauce.
know.
I'm like obsessed about the sauce now. Oh man.
Oh.
I bet online there is like a recipe for the sauce.
I know. I'm literally Googling it right now.
Is that what you're
I was
doing?
like,
Okay, I was
yeah,
just
I was
about
like,
to
I
do
gotta
the
know.
same.
Someone says
So-
it's basically Thousand Island with some extra stuff.
Oh.
I like how is
Well,
that the gremlin from Wayne's World? I love the car.
Yeah, well, Greek Letters requested that I show the Burgermobile again. It's very difficult for me to go backwards in my slides without getting completely lost. So I just found this is the restored Burgermobile.
Yeah, because
I
it
do
was
love that car.
yeah, it was
Very nice.
left in storage for a while, and it went into disrepair, and I guess they fixed it.
The pickle wheel covers, man, they're fantastic.
I look, well, it's missing something. It's missing the French fry that's supposed to be under the dash or over the dash up here. Yeah, and just leave it there. I'm not gonna leave it there, but I showed it to you again. And there's a SpongeBob episode much like this. That's what Retro Nerd Girl was saying earlier.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of references to or connections you could make to SpongeBob, including the relationship between SpongeBob and Patrick.
Yes.
Definitely.
See, I'm not.
And if you use your car rental company, it should be Enterprise. Yes.
Yes,
Like
your
there
Star
are-
Trek can use Priceline.
There are extrapolations as to how to actually make the secret sauce recipe from Good Burger, but
Oh,
I
boy.
don't want to say that because it's not the recipe.
Well, just people being creative with what they think it should be.
Yeah.
But there's
Okay, that is going to take me on a rabbit hole of videos tonight.
All I know for
Videos?
sure is that the recipe has to include ketchup, lime juice or lemon juice,
lemon
and,
Lemon juice.
and a whole onion.
And a lot of pickles. 'Cause remember, he puts like an entire jar of pickles in the pot too.
Which means probably some brine as well, not just the pickle themselves, but the
Yeah.
brine.
So it would have like a flavor, like if you mixed tartar sauce with ketchup almost.
Isn't that the oh my stars? I think that's the special sauce from McDonald's.
Oh,
I think that's a Royale with cheese.
I was gonna say that's the Arby's sauce.
Oh no, 4C sauce.
Oh
has
yeah,
horseradish.
Arby's sauce is bomb.
Yeah, no, it's totally right. You know what? I can't wait until we're done this stream so everyone can go to their favorite fast food restaurant.
Yeah, I'm getting a burger, I think, today again.
Yeah. I've come to Good Burger. Can I get a good burger? Will you take my order?
You have any Ed sauce in the back? What? Ed sauce.
What? I don't know anybody named
Watch
Ed.
Good Burger, then make me Ed sauce.
Well, and the sauce is important because it draws customers back away from Mondo Burger to Good Burger restaurant. Because all Mondo Burger has is that their burgers are bigger, but this you get special flavor, so it's more
and
creative.
it probably cost them a bit of money to have all those bottles of that like weird thing they put on their burgers to make them bigger. The weird, I can't remember what they called that weird chemical. Yeah, that Ed gets at them. But yeah, that can't be like free. They must be paying or something for that.
Yeah, it's some kind of food additive to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like growth.
I would love to know like the lab that they got this from, like the company lab. Just the experiments and all that stuff. You know how I love science fiction. So
Yes, it is. It is a very slight science fiction concept, but we don't actually see where it comes from.
yeah, I
And
want to see that.
that did jump out at me. It was called triampethol. Triampethol.
Yes.
Yeah, triampethol. Yeah.
You know, if Paramount was smart, they would have these Good Burgers as little pop-up restaurants during special events like Comic Cons and whatnot. They don't do that for some reason, but Kevin Smith used to do movies pop-ups. And during Comic Con, and those were always fun. Those movie burgers, the cow tippers, really good.
Moo shake.
Skinny calf.
Yeah, that would be really immersive. It'd be a smart idea. And this is where Dexter already got Ed to sign the contract to take 80% of his profits. He gets 10 cents per burger.
That means he gets 20. He gets
2 cents.
2 cents. 2 cents per burger. And then Dexter gets the other 8.
And then he still uses that money to buy Dexter a present. And he's not shamed by guilt.
That's the moment. That's the moment. The magical moment in this film.
So it's
Kurt's upset
Wednesday, and
that-
they start shooting on Friday. So that gives us 5 days. 3 by my count, but let's go.
Yeah, villain is upset, so they're gonna figure out what's in the sauce.
What's in the
And
sauce?
actually, the names of the 2 lackeys who are played by Hamilton Von Watts and J. August Richards are never mentioned in the movie, but they do have names in the credits. They are Troy and Griffin, respectively, if you know who they are.
One of them became Deadlock in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. One of the lackeys. I recognized him from that show. Much older in that, obviously. But yeah, he went on to do some other stuff. But the other guy, no clue. Good pickles, good pies, good coffee.
This is what I'm afraid of. Nobody ever knows what's in the secret sauce. So could it be bodily fluids? I really hope not.
Ew. Well, you know, there's like an old
The
saying.
problem with secret ingredients,
It has to take a bath in it.
Yeah, like you know how some older women, like down south, they used to say, "Oh, I put my foot in it." and I was like, ew. But that's
No, well, I guess that's
it's like
what
a
they do.
saying. It's a saying though. They never did put their foot on it, but or somebody will say, "Oh, it tastes so good." She must have put her foot in it, and it's weird. It's a weird saying, but it's like they can't figure out why it tastes so good. So it's got to be something really crazy and gross.
I guess they put their feet in wine, like they step on the grapes.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have so good make you want to smack your mama. You got that one.
Yeah. But your mom's
And,
like, no, that you better not try.
Yeah, right.
Ed wants to hang out and show Dexter his secret place, which is on the roof. That was
Oh.
another. And Dexter opens up about how his dad left his mom, and he hasn't seen him since he was 7, and all
Aw.
he left him with was a yo-yo that lit up and made whistling sounds. But even though here Ed doesn't seem like he comprehends, and he seems it seems like he lacks empathy, he shows later that it's not true at all.
Yeah. I think he was trying to keep the energy light. It was, you know what I mean, to make him feel better.
He uses humor to cover things up.
Yeah. But he definitely cared, and that was really sweet.
Mhm. Yeah, and it should be. I keep thinking that Dexter should be feeling really guilty every single time Ed is being sweet to him.
Well, because he's taking advantage of him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dexter isn't a great guy. I mean, he isn't a great guy, but he does have a tiny little moral edge there that just says, no, you shouldn't be doing that. So he ends up doing the right thing because of that little voice inside of his head. But he does a lot of sketchy things in this, like even like all the stuff in the beginning with his school teacher, and that poor school teacher. I mean, he really gets it, and it just seems like it's unfair what happens to his teacher.
It
Mr.
is.
Wheat.
It's so unfair. It
Yeah.
is.
But
I agree completely. I feel for him now that I'm an adult. I didn't care when I was 12 years old.
Well, I think that's the mode of Nickelodeon's like thing. There's always like a school teacher that's mean, that's kind of like the bad guy. And I guess that's why I'm connecting it with Fairly Odd Godparents, because there's that I forgot his name, but the school teacher that's always messing with Timmy.
That is a Nickelodeon theme, is
Yeah.
kids are empowered kind of
Yeah.
thing. But here we get a special delivery for the secret sauce
Yeah.
with Shaq. So I'm gonna play that part of the video. That's pretty good.
They have the same comic sensibilities. It was kind of a natural. We were very lucky to get Sinbad to play Mr. Wheat.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait. I love that bathrobe, though.
Remind me of Quagmire from
Oh.
Family Guy.
I messed up. That's not Shaq. Hold on. I got the wrong video. Hold up.
It's a great clip, though.
It was. Okay, here we go.
This is Kenan and Kel.
Go to right here.
You have a delivery to make. It's a very special delivery to a basketball player.
Well, in this scene, see, we're about to go deliver some burgers to guess who?
Shaquille O'Neal. He's a good guy. Shakalaka don't you?
Action.
Of course, Ed being Ed, he doesn't just park the car in the parking lot like most people would. He drives right into the building.
Yep.
He can drive. He drive like a maniac.
Very Blues Brothers.
Yes.
Locker room.
So after scoring an amazing last-minute game-winning shot, how do you feel?
Feel hungry. They burst into the middle of a live news conference on television and deliver his burgers.
Delivery!
But this is such.
That'd be me.
This is such the meeting of Alice Cooper in Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we're not worthy.
Except Alice Cooper starts like waxing philosophical and starts like going on. Jack
Yeah,
just
you're
wants his
right.
tomatoes.
So Shaq was really cool that day. He had autographs and took pictures all day long. He's a clown. Shaq is he's a big clown.
How you like the good sauce?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Excellent. The best burger I ever ate in my life.
Oh, he made Steel the same year as this.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta cover Steel, Jill.
Same year. So he was already working on his acting career. Steel.
Was this before or after Shaq Fu, the Sega Genesis game?
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. I've never played that game. Is it-
All right.
94.
I haven't heard
so
that in a long time.
Shaq Fu, 94. So 3 years.
Oh wow! All right.
Nita's here. That's Nick in the afternoon. Hello, hi Mom. Up here.
Oh, it's just, and this is the thing, is even not having been familiar with it, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like it takes you through it. It doesn't make you leave a lot of questions.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very well-contained movie. It answers everything pretty much.
Well, look, they're advertising UPN. That's adorable.
I remember UPN.
Well, so does Star Trek Voyager. There you go. There's your Star Trek connection.
Oh, I forgot. Did you find any Star Trek connections? I didn't think
Well,
to look.
UPN is the best I got on such short notice.
I don't see no tomatoes on this burger, boy. Where's my burger? Where's my tomatoes?
He has the
I
tomatoes
got
in
it
his
my
pocket.
Yeah, you've been tomatoed.
I like this is such a nice way to say you're special, aren't you?
Not like
Not
other
like other
people.
people.
And yeah, pretty much.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Shaquille
That's a
O'Neal
great
is a man
freeze
who
frame, too.
enjoys good food.
But that frame perfectly just encapsulates his anger, and he's just sitting there all grumpy with his arms crossed. Oh.
I think he's just getting so angry that he's starting to become really stupid.
Yeah. Is it like the more angry he gets, his intelligence goes down?
He thinks
Usually how it
he's
works.
one up them by shutting up the TV.
And yeah, I think that even the henchman's like, "You got him that time, boss." It's like, how? Now you have to
Just
buy a new
destroyed
TV. He's costing you more money now.
And his only solution is to make the burgers larger
Yes.
instead
He's
of
like Kylo, he's like Kylo Ren. More.
Yeah.
Bigger. Like the smart thing to do would have been to try to make a competing sauce or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you have, sometimes you can get like a food expert analyzer, and they can tell you what's in stuff. Just by biting in there, and tell you.
Yeah,
what's
that's what I was
inside them.
thinking.
Just
Yes,
hire
thank
one
you,
of those
Retro Nerd.
guys. Yeah, hire
And
one of
that's-
those guys.
That's where I thought that they were headed with the Retro Nerd Girl. That's where my brain went to, because they already have the chemical that they're using. So obviously they have access to a lab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the thing that I thought was going to happen was when the dog comes up, and it's like the dog's not talking to you. The dog is obviously hungry, and it's like, yeah, have a Mondo burger. I was like, well, are we going to find out that the Mondo burgers are made out of dog, and that dog wasn't a cannibal.
Wow, that would have been awesome. Sorry.
Just takes an
No, it would
insanely
have been
dark
really
turn. I love it.
dark. It would have been
I
really
know, I
dark for
thought
the
about
Good Burger
that.
movie.
I
It's
got-
like,
I
oh
had
no,
it.
Where all
we're
the
just
strays
burgers.
were going.
We got dog burgers.
You know what, Scotty? I did have Soylent Green feelings with this movie, and just playing that down with the dog, it would be I guess the
And
kids'
think-
version of it, even though
and
it's
think
still
about it.
horrifying.
When Kurt says you go into the grinder, he meant that literally. Like he puts you in the grinder.
Oh my God! Yes,
This
we
got
have-
dark.
This needs
Yeah.
to be.
You'll
No,
be
but
our
it was
new menu
cemented
item.
because it
This
had
needs to
all
be
those
made
guys
into
by
a
the
horror
grinder,
movie.
and I was like, and they were like, "Where's that dog?" And I was like, "Oh no, they're gonna put him in the grinder."
He's
So-
giving away the secrets of the company. Oh man,
I love that
you
line though.
know-
What does $10 sound like? And he holds $10 up to his ear.
Yeah,
It sounds
that's
like
because
that.
Kurt's trying to buy out Ed, and it's not working.
So good.
And Dexter says that Kurt is just trying to use you, but that's of course ironic because that's exactly what Dexter is doing to Ed.
Yeah.
And of course, with that 20% profit, Ed used that money to buy Dexter a yo-yo just like the one his dad bought him. Because a series of things just happened that should be making Dexter feel really extremely guilty of what he's doing, but he still keeps doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I determined he's not a nice guy, but there's something likable about him.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
maybe it's just like the comedy mixed with the silliness. He's not that smart.
But that's why I
and
sort of
the ridiculousness.
That's why I compare Dexter to Daffy, is that he's,
Mhm.
money,
Yes.
money. It's all
Yes.
mine. It's all mine.
Yeah.
And Ed is so much like, whatever. What's up, dog?
So true. I think you're right. That's a great comparison.
Carmen
Yes, and so
Electra?
we're finally coming up to Roxanne, Carmen Electra, yes, because Kurt has a
Roxanne.
plan to send in a honeypot spy to get the secret sauce from Ed.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. I was not expecting to hear the word honeypot.
If anyone can get that sauce out of him, it's Roxanne.
Oh my God. It sounds
It's like, oh
dirty
my
when you
goodness.
say
Yes.
it that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
We're for you.
Ulrich of Vault.
We're for you.
I guess that gets cut off a little bit, but yes. I'm sorry I cut you guys off with that clip. Sodium nitrate used to take green meat and make it blood red. Ooh, crazy
will not-
sodium levels.
Ew,
I will
that's
not
gross.
eat them, Sam. I will not eat green eggs and ham.
Yes, I have bacon in the oven right now, but no burger.
Oh.
I'll think of a good burger.
Well,
Ew.
just based on
Okay.
the cover, I'm pretty sure that it's French dressing. That's what the secret sauce is.
It looks like French dressing. There's also Western dressing that also has that kind of color.
Okay.
I'm just checking in with the chat again, seeing what's going on.
Yes, the
And
chat is just pumping right now.
It is.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, Kimberly Ann Hart says maybe tomorrow is another watch party with Retro Nerd Girl, the never-ending
is.
story.
Yeah. Thank you for mentioning it, Kimberly. Yes, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And Douglas A. Burton is going to be joining me. He's an author of a book called The Heroine's Labyrinth, which is sort of a new take on sort of the hero's journey, kind of, but for the feminine character. And so we're going to have a good conversation about the movie, and then we're going to dive right into the watch party. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
And
that
Well,
sounds awesome.
I would
It's
like to
gonna be
provide
nice.
spoilers for the never-ending story.
No.
It ends.
Hakeem, hello, Hakeem. He says, "Hey, Al, I thought I would hate this film when it came out, but I like it. Not so much the second one." Oh, I'm sorry that was. Oh, Snortopoops
Oh,
has to go. I missed that.
Hakeem,
Goodbye,
if you've seen the
Snortopoops.
second one, give us a little review in the
Mhm.
thing. Like, give us a little bit of a text review. How does it fail? Because I'm fascinated. I enjoyed the first one so much that I want to see the sequel, a legacy sequel, if you will.
Oh, actually, Keith is leaving. He's got to go watch the movie
okay, Keith.
so that he's
Okay.
prepared for the show. I do that
Oh,
too. When I
wow.
know a stream I want to watch is doing
Yeah.
something, I pre-watch.
Yeah, I pre-watched earlier this morning, and I recorded it for the playback.
nice.
So, yep, I'll see you later on tomorrow then, Keithy. It's so good that you and Kimberly are going to be there.
Yeah. Oh, I need to thank Eugene Bird for a super chat. Asterisk hot woman displayed bonus for $4.99.
Oh
And
wow. Okay, well
for
then
that,
let's do a clip,
yes.
and it's got to be a hot lady who displays a bonus.
Hot lady.
Okay.
That the
Hot
pleasure
lady.
is in the learning of each other.
My compliments to you and to your dressmaker.
Why are you afraid of flying?
I wanted to keep this one a long time. He's pretty.
And one more. One of these
Ooh,
days I'll
that
get
last
Bina
one.
too. Yeah. Well, and I have it on this still because this scene where they go on their double dates with Roxanne and Ed and Dexter and Monique is filmed at the Malibu Castle in Redondo Beach, California. But in 2023, the castle and the golf
No.
courses are completely gone.
That
And now it's a
sucks.
Hilton. It's a Hilton hotel.
Okay.
Its
That's it.
memory shall live on through Good Burger.
Yes, it will.
Well, it's a dude. I'm a dude. We're a dude. We're all dudes.
Hey.
Well, and this is another time where Ed's innocence wins out because Roxanne cannot seduce him to save her life.
Right.
He's immune to
And-
her charms.
Oh, lots of funny bits here with the slapstick. Ed's physical comedy, Kel's physical comedy, incredible.
Her
But
butt
this is also
fine. Don't worry,
that's
everyone.
also something that calls
Well, if you
back
wanna
to a joke that
find
was
Laura.
earlier. There's a joke earlier when Abe Vigoda falls down and he's like, I think I broke my ass. And now it's like, oh no, is your butt okay? And so even Ed like tones it down and it's like, don't worry, everybody, her butt is okay. And I appreciate that in terms of you get to see the experiences of Ed.
And you know the whole room was worried about her ass. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
well,
he
that's all I was
had to
thinking
yeah. He had to reassure the whole audience.
I wish it was Yasmin Belief, to be fair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I
all
Baywatch
90s
people.
90s stars and
Carmen Electra was in Baywatch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think so.
All of my Baywatch references I know from watching Friends. And it's like, Yasmin Belief is a chick, but you're also a chick, but you're very different. And so
I love the exchanges between Ed and Roxanne.
Or maybe get to know each other a little better. Now, doesn't that sound like more fun?
Poor little thing. He looks so innocent and like, what?
The miniature golf?
No!
yep. Can't ask him a silly question like that.
Exactly.
You must not know Ed at all.
I empathize. It's like, do you really want to stay here and play skee ball, or do you want to go somewhere more comfortable? And I'm like,
she's
oh
like,
no,
we
I've
can
got more
skip all
tokens.
this.
We got to play skee ball.
We could skip all this. He's like, no, this is the best part. And she's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
giving you.
almost feel bad for him because he looks like a child, and she's like a grown
Yeah.
woman. It looks like she's molesting him. I'm like, get your hands off
Yeah,
of him. He
it
doesn't
is
want
Cradle
slightly
to
Robin.
creepy. It was
touch
it
you.
was this it was this part of the movie that I had to go see and make sure that Kel Mitchell was 18 at the time of the film.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he
Yeah.
he
Because
is,
the look on his face. I mean, to the credit of his acting, is like he really looks like a boy, and he looks so like he's unaware of what's happening, and she's got her
Nothing.
hands all over him.
Nothing's as bad as Blank Check.
Oh, I never
That
saw
movie,
that.
there's literally a little kid kissing a grown woman. That happens in the
Mm.
film. Yeah, and she like goes on a date with him and everything, and he's like 14. It's weird.
forgot about that. But I was a
Yeah.
kid when I watched it, so I didn't
Oh,
realize what
right.
happened.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
I
That's
don't
the
know.
one
Blank
with
Check is a,
Alexander from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
yeah, it's not a bad movie, but yeah, that part it's always stuck with me because it's weird.
Yeah.
What year was it made?
Blank Check.
95?
Okay.
Well, you know what? It might be
1994.
Give it a
92.
pass. Give it a pass.
94.
You're going to give it a pass? It was it was an earlier time when
It was an earlier
pedophilia was
time.
allowed.
People weren't like so sensitive, and so
Yep.
maybe they really thought it was going to be hilarious. But once it was done, it was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also like Big. Like Big is Tom Hanks, but he's actually 12. And
Yeah.
so people have complained
So
about that, and
weird.
I think that
Yeah.
that's weird.
I can't watch it right for that. Because it was, I mean, it was a movie I watched frequently, and then I watched it maybe 5 years ago, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can. This is not
Yeah,
actually.
I do get upset at a Quantum Leap episode for a very similar thing.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was.
It was the one where Sam had a romantic engagement with a younger person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah,
know
he was he leapt into a younger person's body, but it didn't work. It doesn't work.
No,
Yeah.
of course. There is an explanation. But it's also again, I don't want to harp on it, but there is, based on what has been revealed by the Nickelodeon Dan Schneider situation, there is something that is like, oh, I got to look at this. And it's and as Kenan Thompson said, it's like, no, you don't. Just enjoy the movie. Yes, real world stuff happened,
Yeah.
but based on every movie you've ever seen, real world probably was negative on the production of the film. Now, I'm not
Yes.
excusing any of it, but I'm just saying, if you think what was presented on screen is the whole story, then you do have to, I don't know, separate the two or figure out what your suspension of disbelief is, because
Yeah,
this is a
and
film.
and also,
I honestly don't think Kel could like body flip Carmen Electra. He's
this is
small.
right. Yeah. Yeah, this scene is just so crazy because she's like doing her best, and he just body slams her.
Which is great because she's a villain. She's a
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam.
Yes, it's
I
good.
just wonder when you call him Bugs Bunny, how much he knows what he's doing here.
Yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't. Well, I think, but we don't learn that until the end as to how much he knows he's doing. Like,
Yes.
What do you want to
Ed-
do?
Well, I always wanted to save a Martian. Martian? Martian? Huh.
And he
Which
just
is part
has
of the
the
reason
pink
why.
shaver on him, like.
But that's part of the reason why
Yeah,
Ed
that's so
falls in love, or not falls in love, but enjoys the company of Heather later. And it's like, what do you want to do? Body slam and Martian? And then she's like, have you ever had the little mini Martians get into your head and tell you to break into the zoo and free all the kangaroos? And it's like, no, but I get
at
where
the
you're
end,
coming from.
that's why he always has the props, because it's a cartoon. He has
Yes.
everything in hand.
Like Carrot
Oh,
Top.
it's just so fun. It's
Had it
just so
ready.
fun.
Keeps that pink shaver right next to the tomatoes for Shaq.
Oh, and here is the
What?
the third act romantic comedy. Oh, I don't like you anymore because
Yeah,
you're a dick.
No,
You're a
not
dick
yet.
to a
Not
good
yet.
man.
No, this part isn't that part. Monique didn't like
Oh,
Dexter
we're
at first, and now
sorry.
she changed her mind because Ed is so happy and saying that Dexter is a good friend. So actually, she likes him in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause that's before they get like taken to the insane asylum when they break back into Mondo Burger, right? Yeah.
So there actually is a small thing from the video. I think it's from the second part. Yes.
I'm jumping ahead. I apologize.
No, it's okay. No, I've let you guys jump ahead all over this movie, but
Yeah.
I'm only bringing this back because we have a clip right here at 4 minutes. And yeah, okay.
It was kind of hard bringing my lips to, you know, kiss somebody 24 times.
He seemed really bothered by it.
Right.
We had to kiss 24 times. It was awful.
But it reminds
That's
me of
great.
stories of like George Lazenby and Diana Rigg kissing on the set of On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and they didn't necessarily like each other. And when they did kiss, it was like it was good for camera, but it was not necessarily comfortable on set. And I'm not saying that happened between these two actors. I'm just saying it's like it is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, that's part of the. I mean, I hate to. This might come off a little bit mean, but
no, go. I love
part
mean.
of the enjoyment of watching characters in a movie or a play or a production of any kind is the fact that these guys have put aside all their personal stuff somewhere else, and they are now the character. So if it requires them to kiss, they're gonna do that. But I can understand, like, if you're like not interested in if you really have a moral quandary or have a really serious issue with it, I say just don't do it. Don't do the part. Let somebody else who wants to do it take advantage of that opportunity. Because it's like that, depending on what if it is important for the characters to kiss and they really need to do that, then you just gotta do it. I don't
Oh
think
no,
that's
I
like,
agree. I
yeah.
agree with you, but but it is also like I don't know. Maybe I've seen too many special features or too many
Like if
interviews.
I mean, if it's like grossing you out, like, because I remember somebody said one of the actors that they all that his breath was really bad. I think it was Clark Gable had really, really bad breath. And he had to kiss a lot of ladies, and they were all like, "Oh my God, his breath." And so, like, I feel bad that they have to do it, but it's also part of the thing. Like, I mean, wearing corsets can't be a lot of fun, with some of the ribbing and everything going into your body, and some of the wearing high heels, and there are a lot of uncomfortable things that performers just have to do.
Oh, you're reminding me of 7 of 9. She had to wear a full breastplate, very, very tight suit and high heels and Star
I
Trek.
think, yeah, one of the conditions.
That's why she looked perfect every time. I was like, this girl has got like a killer body.
Right. I think that's why when she came back, she was wearing just normal clothes for the Picard series, was because that was one of the conditions, was that stuff made her feel nauseous. So she wouldn't wear it no more.
Yeah, she's all done with that. But this is the lady I remember, Lori Beth Denberg, who was hilarious and all that. I'm surprised she didn't show up on SNL too, because she was just as good as Keenan, I think. And she orders enough food for a small family gathering. It's just wonderful how much she can rattle it off. And
oh, it was amazing.
And short circuits. If you think this is amazing, she has way funnier stuff in all that.
Yeah, she.
How many seasons did all that go?
Yes,
for?
she does. I think 5.
I do not. I'm not. I'm not going to investigate. I'm going to base
I'm
everyone's
not either, but
performance
I
based
wish
on
that
Good
they would put out I don't think they've ever put out a
7.
DVD set for all that.
Oh, 7.
7
Okay.
seasons. Heavens.
Yep.
Yeah. Lori Beth Denberg, her thing was most vital information, and she would give out
Yes.
these advices or proverbs.
She was
I
an
remember
exposition.
her.
Yeah, this is really great stuff.
I love the blank stare of I got nothing. I got nothing out of that.
This is where Monique finds out about the
Oh,
contract
right.
okay. But the only reason she won't tell Ed that what she found out is because she thinks it'll hurt him too much.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I wish they would come out with a box set for all that.
Call it all that and a bag of
Yeah.
chips.
All that in a good burger.
Yeah. Comes with the petrified.
Oh yeah, would have to.
Oh no, but what if it came? No, what if it came with like one of the little burgers with the eyeballs? It was
Yeah,
just
that
like,
would be fun. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You're building a
plushie,
really
little burger
fun
plushie or
box
whatever.
set here.
Oh, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'll sell it.
I'll buy it used.
All right.
I'd be happy if it came with the hat and the wig, so I could look like Ed while I watch the movie.
Oh, that was one of the
Or
prizes for the
show.
sweepstakes. 500 kids got one of
that.
those one day, or 100, I forget.
Most people probably wouldn't even get the reference though if you walked around with it. Like nobody would probably even know who you are.
People would get the reference because there's only one. I've never seen anybody with this kind of look before.
But and this is the way that I treat every single Halloween is if other people don't get it, it's not my problem. I'm rad. So when I walk around like Randall from Clerks 2 with my movies shirt and they're like, who are you supposed to be? Did you just get off of work? And I'll be like, no time for love, Dr. Jones. So.
Well, and the dog won't, like you were saying earlier, his dog won't eat the Mondo burger, but he eats a good burger. So, and Ed is apparently also Dr. Doolittle in this movie. He can actually speak to the dog when the dog says that there are clowns with a broken down.
Yes, that was really funny. Oh my god,
that was funny.
Because they convince you that it's not true.
Well, I was thinking
It reminds me of Lassie and the little boy, like, oh, Timmy's gone down the well, and
I was thinking that as I was watching this, I was like, oh, I bet he's actually telling, actually speaking, understanding that what the dog is saying, and they paid it off right away by showing you.
Fluent and canine.
Where is that dog?
That burger looks disgusting. The Mondo burger.
I think that Mondo burger prop was just hilarious. That is just doesn't even look like a burger anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so there's a little thing about that is that the additive enlarges the burger after it's heated. So and since they explode at the end, you can think about Boyle's law, which is of course from physics. P pressure times volume equals N. Oh, that's the independent variable times what is it? The gas constant R times temperature. And so it suggests that the additive then turns into gas when you heat it. So it's mostly, the burger is mostly empty space. It's not really larger. It's kind of like when you buy a bag of chips and you only have a few chips inside. And
I hate that.
I don't know. Yeah, and so I don't understand why people are buying these burgers if it's just like
And
this
they're all
nothing.
microwave, Jill. Chef Mike's the hardest working person at Mondo Burger. Like there's just like literally like rows of microwaves in the back. I'm like, oh, they're not even cooking those. They're just like throwing them in Chef Mike and let him do all the work. And then
Have you
all the
ever-
microwaves were exploding.
Have you ever worked at McDonald's? Have you ever worked at or known people who worked at McDonald's? They don't call them microwaves; they call them queuing ovens.
Yeah, sounds better.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
microwaves.
It sounds better. Yeah.
So customers don't overhear them say the word microwave.
Yeah.
Not to your knowledge. Not to your knowledge.
That's the Mondo Burger. Everything's cooked in house, made by our chefs. Pro chef team.
Yeah, no, when you
Manipulate their way to the kitchen, but oh, wait a second.
when you go to like Subway, they'll do that as well. They'll like nuke it. I remember the
but they
first
have
time I went
convection
there.
ovens, don't they?
Is that what the
Toaster oven?
that is? Toaster oven?
Yeah,
Is
toaster
that what it is?
convection
Yeah,
ovens.
that's better
Okay.
than
'Cause
microwave.
It's not a
I thought
microwave.
they have, because I thought they had a microwave. Well, at least I thought it was.
It could be. They could be fooling me.
So where
Well,
did they get their disguises here?
They stole them off some elderly women.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes.
Like everybody looks like they're going like clubbing at like a Star Trek convention or something.
Yes. Oh
They
yeah.
they got those from Sinbad's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost the same prince.
Gosh.
And I do enjoy the fact that Ed has committed to so much to the bit that he
I
has to wear
know.
the underwear as well.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's hilarious. And everyone starts laughing and snickering, and it's just like and Dexter is just like, no, I get it, but that was too far.
It
And
might not be
it's
Ed's
so
first
funny.
time.
I think it's funny.
It might not be Ed's first time doing something like this.
Yeah,
Well, I
he's
don't
fully
know.
committed.
It's.
You never know.
I think it is. I think it's the first time him doing it so far, because it is the only time in the film that you don't get to see the hat, the Good Burger hat.
Okay.
What if he had the underwear on underneath his like Good Burger uniform the whole time?
Maybe this is
up at the
just his
beginning.
jam. Who are you to judge?
Right? He likes to wear women's underwear.
And he's a fan of
PJs.
purple.
Yeah, purple's great.
He looks good in purple.
It's the color purple.
Yes. You know what I found out the other day, Jill? You may enjoy this. Is that there is no such thing as a purple photon in the color spectrum when it comes to receiving light photons in the human eye. It is actually a psychological brain.
Because it's an illusion.
Yeah.
Purple is an
illusion.
illusion? Purple is an illusion?
Yes.
Oh, that's why I like it.
Yeah, me too. It's my favorite color as well. So I just thought to, move on. I could talk about purple for a second.
Interesting.
Also,
No, but that's
today's
no, but
very
that,
sunny,
no,
but
but
I'm
it's
looking
great. I
forward to the
learned about
purple
that.
rain.
I learned about that in graphics class in college because we were learning about colors and how our eyes respond to light, and that's something pretty cool.
Well,
I
and
like
just to
purple.
respond to Eugene Bird, so I don't sound like a complete moron, is that in the light spectrum, between red and blue, is actually green. And the reason that this occurs is because the human brain perceives a lack of green as purple, but purple photons on the light spectrum do not exist. So, anyway. And if I'm incorrect, please tell me. I love being wrong.
RGB.
Yeah,
I love
red, green, blue.
I love the mental asylum sequence. It's all good stuff.
Oh man,
Demented Hills. I love the name, everything about it.
Well, because the reason this happens is because you can't have all this murder. Because like the bad guys normally in this kind of movie would be killing them, but are trying to. But in this case, you can still kidnap people and send them to crazy houses like it's the 30s.
Yeah, you can't do that today, though.
No.
I was so surprised because I didn't know when to expect Linda Cardellini in this movie, and when she
I
shows
forgot she
up,
was in it.
She's in the opening credits. Like she does have a credit in the
Yeah,
opening.
when I saw her credit, I was doing the same thing. I was like, she's in this? Who does she play?
Where is she?
Yeah.
And then when she shows up and she's just like, I don't know, she's a Wednesday Addams of sorts. Obviously, this character is after Wednesday, but it's just like they get along because he's good-hearted and she's crazy. And it works out. And she explains exactly what her character is. I'm a psychopath. Yeah. Did you
She's
ever get the
honest,
aliens
at
in your
least.
head that told you to break into the zoo and let loose all the kangaroos? And he was like, I don't remember. It's not I don't remember. It's not that I recall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why
that's
are
it.
you in here? Well, because
you got one guy poking him constantly, the other guy's eating the cards.
So good.
Yeah. You're trying to play cards with crazy people. This is what happens. And then this scene that we were laughing about earlier. Oh my gosh. This is the murder scene. Implied murder.
Implied murder. Yeah, Ed frees this guy from the straight jacket, and that someone in the background says he's killing somebody. And
Oh no. And I wish it was Richard Mall. That's the only thing that I wish. That's the only thing I would change about this movie after watching it, is that I wish that guy was Richard Mall, who played Bull on Night Court.
How dark would it be if like blood splattered onto Ed's face, like blood splattered? Like it just gets so
that'd
dark.
be rad.
That would turn into PG-13.
Yeah, that would up the rating right there.
Yes.
And now we get the legendary shark poison.
Yes, they're gonna poison the sauce. Poison the sauce.
Oh, sure. Batman used shark repellent spray and everyone's fine with it. But these guys, they're the criminal.
What is shark poison? Like, what? Explain what that is.
It's the stuff that they use at the end of Jaws.
Yeah. Oh, man. And he's sleeping there. He's like, I'm sleeping here.
And they say, who are you? And he says, your mama.
That, you know what? This is Clerks 4. So Abe Vigoda is Randall.
Right? Old Randall is tired.
Old Randall.
Dante's long gone.
Yep. And he can only work
he gets sent to the insane asylum too, and so they have to escape.
They got the orderlies there on speed dial, man. They're ready. I got another one.
This is also where the movie starts to kick into gear for me. Like up until this point, I'm like, okay, this is a bunch of skits. It's a Saturday Night Live movie. But once Abe Vigoda is with Ed and Dexter, I'm just like, okay, they work together. I don't think they're all friends, but they are all going to work together. Yeah. And this is where it turns into sort of like that Muppet movie at the end of The Great Muppet Caper. It's like, we have a job to do. And this is when things kick in. Also, this nurse, based on the clips that you showed me, I was supposed to stop and clap and say, oh, look, it's that girl. Or it's this actress from the original television show. Like, there was a specific pause. And I don't know if it was a reference to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or if
that's what I was thinking.
But I think it is. I think that lady is an actress in the original television show.
Oh yeah,
And then you got George Clinton.
I know. I'm on your side, Retro Nerd Girl. I don't know. I never watched the original show.
The song they dance to, the music number, that's his song. The guy with the dreads right there.
Oh, nice. That explains why he was so prominently featured.
Yeah.
That song's a
Name
jam
is
too. Whenever that song plays, I
Oh.
start moving. I start dancing.
His name is George Clinton, and there is some behind the scenes
That's
production stuff that I'm not gonna play. You have to go watch
Yep.
Keenan and
I'm an
On the Job
idiot.
with Keenan and Kel.
I am an
And
idiot if I didn't recognize George Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for agreeing with me, Retro Nerd.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you are an idiot for not recognizing
but that's as brave as I get. I'm not gonna play his songs. I'm pretty sure that'll strike me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's over.
Especially the one they play here. That's like one of his most famous ones.
Yeah.
I like this dance number though. It's
But
out of
Kel
nowhere, but it's
says-
kind of fun. A straight jacket dance number.
Kel says
Yeah.
Kel says it likens it to Thriller.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
it does have
too,
the
when-
feel.
Yeah. Especially with the straight
could see that.
jacket.
Yeah. The choreography's not bad for a random dance number in the third act of the movie. Like it just happens. It's kind of good.
Well, and I really like Kenan Thompson's silent performance of him figuring out how they were going to get out of it, because he was like, I can get us out of here.
Dude,
And
this reminds me even of Clerks again, where they do like the whole dance number in Clerks too, also in like the parking lot.
like ABC.
Yeah.
You think Kevin Smith just saw this movie and was like, "Hey, I have an idea for Clerks too"?
Yeah, I'll just put it in my universe with my characters, but at the same time,
I'm a huge
to
Kevin
watch that
Smith
again.
fan, and I am in every way thinking that he ripped off Good Burger.
I am too.
Yeah, I have to see
Maybe
this
he might
again. I have to see Clerks 2 again. It's been a while.
No, but I think that there
According-
are definite sort of situations
Yeah.
that sort of go.
Except-
Maybe not structurally 1-to-1, but I think that I think Good Burger is very much Clerks too.
Right, except without the donkey show.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's a
Right.
Nickelodeon film.
Oh, I do remember that.
Well, according to Kel Mitchell, Abe Vigoda, who was 76 at the time of filming, was able to run and climb over fences
Hmm.
despite his age.
Yeah, I think he went on to live like for another 20 something odd years.
Until 94 or 95, I forget.
Oh no, I don't know when Abe Vigoda passed away.
No, we'll have to Google that.
Leave it to Ed
you know what?
to
I'm
make
gonna
friends with the
IMDb it.
Yeah, because
leave it to Ed to make friends with the vicious psychopath. But go ahead.
2016, Abe Vigoda left
Yeah.
this earth, and things
Yeah.
have gone south ever since.
She was misinformed
is
because
good
that
news,
glass
too.
is not triple reinforced, but bulletproof, whatever. None of that shit she just said is true. It's
Well,
regular
she
it's
is
candy.
she is crazy. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She just
true.
assumed they probably told her once it's bulletproof, and she probably just believed them.
Well, and I love
I-
how it's a cartoon with Crazy Man throwing Dexter out of the window. And then after everybody, and Abe Vigoda is just like, I'm gonna go, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. And
My
then
favorite is Ed's jumping through
and
another
Ed
window.
jumps. Yes.
There's already an open space, and he jumps through a different window and smashes through. I'm like, that's perfectly his character.
Yes.
That perfectly
But then
encapsulates his
also,
character.
the thing is that this movie is so good at making it so that I never thought Ed was stupid. I thought that he was ahead of
Right.
the curve a little bit and good-willed, and like he was never mean. And
No.
so when he jumps out, it's not that he didn't know. It was like, well, it worked, so we're going. And I love that he breaks it again. And then when he falls out of the window, he is caught by Dexter. And it's like, oh, they're friends. That makes sense. And Abe Vigoda is just sort of standing there looking and being like, all right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of heart in this movie. And in this modern era of entertainment, I enjoy a lot of heart.
Yeah, and there's
I've
something
been
about
needing
Ed's
a lot of
character
it lately.
that like he takes everything in stride. He's not negative. He's always trying to make the best out of it. Like gets put into
He's
a
Bugs
padded
Bunny.
cell, and he's like, the walls are padded. And he just starts bouncing off the walls. This is fun. He just
Exactly.
tires himself out.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Yeah,
But it seems like as a thread going through the entire movie, Ed is kind of wanting and desiring Dexter to open up more and be friends with him and actually say, "Hey, you're my friend." And so he eventually kind of gets that, but it's just like little bit by little bit, he sees the door opening and sort of that expression on his face of like, "Oh, you're becoming my friend." It's so sweet and innocent and just lovely. His
Oh,
character is just
yes.
really sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things about this movie is them
growth.
becoming best
There's
friends.
growth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Well, that's
he thinks he's just getting a summer job and he's gonna hate it and he's not gonna like anybody, but he ends up meeting his future best friend in his life, and I think
But
that's
he
a
also
nice
starts
story.
off by taking advantage of him, and then when he
Oh, yeah.
does, like, there's so I don't want to say that this is like the best. This is a buddy movie. It's a buddy
Yes.
movie, and it makes you feel good about watching it because even if you don't like them at the beginning of the film, you watch them, and as they grow together, you grow together with them. Like it's heartwarming to a certain extent. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too
And
emotional.
no, you're absolutely
No.
right. These
Oh,
are
I
these
agree.
are the last clips that I have of from the movie, except for some production stuff that we'll get to when we get there.
Leave it to you to make friends with a vicious psychopath. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're the nicest, prettiest psychopath I've ever met.
I'd be okay if they ended up together.
Well,
Ed needs his Heather.
she's. If you look at the end of the movie, you see Heather at the Mondo Burger. So
Yeah.
she escaped.
I hope she's in the I wonder if they got Linda to come back for the second one. That'd be cool. She's like Ed's wife
I
or
think
something.
that would be the only
No.
way I might watch it.
Yeah,
Right?
she's not.
Oh, no.
He does have a wife and about
Oh,
20 kids.
that's okay. It needed to be Heather, though. That would have been perfect.
I wonder why
Restricting
they
the
couldn't get her or
disturbed.
something for this, or
Mm.
What I like the ice cream truck that's coming up, the obese
Epic final
brother.
chase sequence, yes. Different times, I guess, when the ice cream man gets out of his truck and hand delivers the ice cream to the kids instead of just through the little
Never
window
got that
thing.
service, and even
Yeah.
in the 90s.
And me growing up, yeah, they would just have that little window you'd go up to and you'd talk to them through there.
Yeah.
But I think that this is another thing where they had to get the ice cream man out of the truck so that this bit would work.
yes.
Yeah, maybe it was just a large order. She was like, "I'll bring the ice cream to you."
Right. And don't worry, we're gonna throw all your product away. When you get your ice cream truck back, you're gonna need to completely restock because we're gonna use it.
That's projectile weapons.
Yes. Have some fudge and some chocolate. Oh man.
And yep.
Yeah, and like we were talking about, I love this setup because they're on a ticking clock now where they need to get back to Good Burger before it opens because of the shark poison. So now there's a threat and our heroes need to go and save the day. And you got the two ladies that go into Good Burger right at 10 a.m. and they want burgers with extra sauce, please.
But I didn't get any mustard. Oh,
Why you need sauce? Oh, there's the travel agency picture. Why you need sauce? Why do you need mustard when you got extra Ed sauce? That's weird. You don't need the
thought
mustard.
she can
You have plenty
improve
of-
on Ed's sauce.
She thinks she can make it better. Oh.
Mhm. Well, and also all these kids are chasing this ice cream truck. They're all kind of in traffic danger.
Yeah, because remember Ed's like, oh, ice cream music. And he starts dancing. He starts doing his dance to the ice cream song. And it's like, what are you doing? Tell me, Ed. Ice cream music.
So besides Kel Mitchell, Cher Jackson is the only other person who says, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?" Throughout the whole movie.
It would have been cool if they had Dexter say it at the very end too.
Oh,
yeah.
A nice touch. Like the movie, like that's how it goes off. Is like he says it and then it ends. So it's like he's now part of the Good Burger family, like officially, type of thing. But it's still fun.
I would have really liked that.
Because he still has to pay for half of the car, even though it gets destroyed.
Man, these orderlies, man, they want them back in that mental hospital. They're committed.
Yeah, that's true. If I became unable to see, I would stop my vehicle.
Yeah. It's like how much is Kurt really paying y'all? Like, come on. Is it worth it? Plus, like, how many other like inmates probably escaped the asylum while while these two are chasing down these specific group? It's like they probably had like a full scale like riot and an escape from all of them with all those open windows. I need to know what happened at Demented Hills.
And there's the last mailboxes.
I love it. He's got it
He was
all
so
painted up.
proud.
Yeah, he's so proud of it. I love this mailbox. And then they do the whole subvert your expectation where the boys miss it and you're like, and he's like, woo, breathe a sigh of relief, but that shit is short lived because it gets crushed by the overworking employee of the month orderlies.
Yes. And this is the part where Ed has to tackle an old lady to keep her from eating the poison. But I was wondering, nobody stops the other old lady from eating the poison, so I guess
Right?
she just
And-
maybe she
and-
just wanted the fries.
Yeah, and they're very lucky that she was very courteous and waited for her friend to get her mustard before she took a bite. She's about to, and she's like, "Oh, my friend's not ready. Let me wait for her."
Manners
they're very
saved
good.
their lives.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
There's a lesson here. What did we learn today on Good Burger? Manners save lives.
This poor lady.
Oh,
Good still.
I will.
Her face.
I do have a video for this.
She needs life alert.
Good.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Ed, off of the elderly. I tackled some lady, and then he gets a high five. They high five each other. Good job. And they're like, what? Why are you high fiving over that? Oh, we'll explain. Shark poison. What?
It was the first lady with a burger. She was about to eat it. We couldn't let her eat it. Tackled her and had to tackle her.
Doing the stunts.
Had to. Had to.
But I also do my own stunts. New Jackie Chan. Action.
I wouldn't tackle her. I would just smack the burger out of her hand.
I was in my trailer watching movies. Having a horrible time.
And action.
Man, how many takes did they do?
I work, I do a lot of car work, a lot of fights, a lot of falls. It's always nice to have somebody jump on you. I like what I do.
That is so cool.
That is. She gets to keep the burger.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Lady, get paid in burgers.
Yeah. Oh, gladly pay you Tuesday.
Per burger on, yeah.
Unfortunately, those burgers apparently weren't very good because they were sitting out for a long time.
Yikes. Your watermark, because it's yellow, it makes me think that they have like mustard stains on their faces.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
Eric's,
characters?
and he helps keep me safe from copyright
Yeah.
claims. Although I'll probably get like 20 of them today because of all the special features I've been playing.
Yeah, it's
But
just funny
that's-
when it positions on their clothes or their faces, it just looks like little blotches of yellow mustard.
Took me a
And of
minute
course-
to figure that out too.
And of course, we're not saying even like we're not even going over 10% of the jokes of this movie. So even if you're watching this review, it's by no means spoiled.
Yeah.
Comedies are you got to see it if you want to have a little fun. Triamethol. Okay, so Dexter's gonna get a can of it, or he decides they should. Of course, it becomes Ed's job, but first they gotta So this is before parkour, but Ed is ahead of his time.
He really
And
is.
he
How
says,
the hell
"Oh,
did
it's
you get up
easy.
there?" Yeah.
You just jump on the burger, jump on the fry, and then you hop on the cup, and then you shimmy up the straw." What is this?
Super easy.
American Gladiators? And so Dexter does a diversion so Ed can get a can. So that's what's coming up. But they're still, as far as the slides are concerned, they're still shimmying. And I know I haven't got to the chat. I got to get this is the point of the live stream where I'm getting close to my ending time. So I've got to get through the slides, and as soon as we're done with the movie, we'll get back to the chat. And so Dexter does that diversion. They get a okay. This is the action part of the movie, so I need they're knocking instead of just grabbing a can, Ed knocks the contents of the can in
Yeah, and
in
his explanation of it at
meat
the end is
grinder.
hilarious. I love it.
It is. It is the best.
It's the smartest thing he says in the whole movie. It's so great.
Well, and yeah, that's how you know you've had a clue that he's smarter than he's showing.
And that's another thing that makes it
That
like Jay
proves
and
it.
Silent Bob and like the Clerks is like at the end of most of those movies, Silent Bob will finally talk and he'll say some like long speech and like it'll be really profound and stuff. And
True.
they kind of do that here where he finally says something real smart. It's like, holy crap,
I think
you
I
capable of
have a
that?
feeling Ed knows what
Fixed
he's
Navy.
doing
Yeah. Oh yeah.
all
Yeah.
along. He
Which
just
is
knows he can get away with it.
Like Jack Sparrow, he's just like bumbling along, but there's a lot going more on in his head than he's letting on.
well, like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
He
Bugs
knows
Bunny is
what he's
perfect.
doing, even though it's not up to you to know what he's doing.
He just sees the world in a different way and processes things in a
Man,
way
how,
that
how
we
does
can't
Mondo Burger
understand.
get past the health inspector? Like
That's a good
one look into
question.
that kitchen, sees all those chemicals in those boxes because they got like 1,000 boxes of that back there. Maybe he hasn't bought off. Maybe I would assume
I
Kurt
was just
hasn't
gonna
bought
say
off.
that. Yeah, I was just gonna. He's the kind of person that would do that.
Yeah,
Would you guys like to hear a blatant lie?
sure.
The original cut of Good Burger was approximately 3 hours long, and it got much more into the intricacies of the health inspector, who was played by Sean Connery. But they decided to
Oh,
cut Sean Connery from the film after he had seen the final cut. And he was like, I don't want anything to do with this film.
I have to go film League of Extraordinary Gentlemen after this.
I've never been a part of Abe Vigoda's chicanery.
Larry
Anyway,
the
that's
Cable
the end
Guy,
of my
health
blatant
inspector.
lie.
Well, I do like it when you qualify it and then qualify it, and so we
There's the
know
hardworking
that
chef of Mondo
everything
Burger.
you're saying from this point is possibly a lie, but not necessarily a lie.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm lying.
Thank you. And so everything it starts earthquake, time, and everything's blowing up, all of the meat because of too much chemical. So it's
But I
bursting,
love
wrecking
that.
havoc.
I love the fact that because of the introduction of the ginormous burger compound, and it's like if you put it in a microwave, it's going to blow up. I loved that and how it contributed to the downfall of Mondo Burger.
So, like, what if somebody had a burger and then they took it home and they microwaved it later? Their house would probably blow up.
Yes.
You'd have all kinds of crazy shit going on. They don't care though.
Class action lawsuit is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Better call Saul.
But I was thinking that would, that's exactly where I was headed for this scene here, where the burger falls on Sinbad's car, but his the teacher's name I forget, but
Mr. Wheat.
I'm thinking Mr. Wheat. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for him, and I'm thinking he can sue Mondo Burger and win.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought that he was gonna do.
Yeah, but it's Nickelodeon. You don't have to. You don't want to show the grown-ups winning. So
Yeah, he would
even though we
sue.
want.
He would sue Mondo Burger. He would sue the Demented Hills for destroying his mailbox. He has a lot of people he
Yeah.
needs to take to court.
Oh,
He's got a lot of work.
hopefully he doesn't sue Good Burger.
Right.
Well, but that's what I was like, and I thought that was one of the greatest things about Dexter is that he's like, here's half the money, and I hope everything works. I'll get the rest of the money that I owe you by the end of the summer, and Sinbad is like, at least get the burger off my car. And I always thought it was going to be a situation where Mr. Wheat was going to say, don't worry about it, I'm going to sue Mondo Burger and everything it's square, and then he would have money, like Dexter
what a
would have
perfect
money.
ending.
That would have been great.
What if Mr. Wheat had to get a second job and he ended up working at Good Burger with them?
Oh, that would be so
That'd be
great.
great. Like, what about that ending? Like, he ends up having to flip burgers. Like, oh man.
I was late to this stream, so I didn't get to see if there were any like outtakes or post-credit sequences. So I'm not sure if it actually happened.
Because that would just be pure justice. Like, well, not really for him, but
I was like, what did that poor man do?
trying to be a teacher and try and help people's lives. I don't know.
The thing is, he did nothing wrong except give the kids a test on the last day.
That's true, huh?
Yeah, he gave,
was his
yeah,
biggest
he
crime.
gave them a math test.
Well, and he was like, I believe in you kids, and life doesn't stop. Like, Mr. Wheat is not a bad guy, just bad.
No.
Like, if you, I know this is sort of a weird comparison, but if you look at Ocean's 13 and you have David Paymer as the inspector to make sure that the health inspector to make sure everything's on the up and up, the Ocean's team make his life miserable, and then at the end of it they give him something glorious to make up for all of his hardship. I was expecting something like that to happen at the end, where it was like Mr. Wheat got like a gold ring. Never happened.
Yeah,
Poor Mr. Wheat.
yeah,
Good Burger
yeah. I
could
would
ha-
have liked to see something good for him.
Good
too.
Burger could have been like,
You're
we'll give
right,
you
he's
a
not
free
bad.
burger every day, Mr. Wheat. You know?
Well, and he cared. He cared about Dexter at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to. He said, he thinks he needs some help and everything. Yeah, he definitely did. He wanted to
And
be
so,
like a mentor.
But it is 1997 Nickelodeon. Adults are bad, which is great. That's almost like a punk philosophy. It's like, don't trust anybody over 30.
Send me a couple burgers out like this. Send this.
And the lower surface, to give it this rough texture, had it painted out to make it look like a hamburger.
This is like a ground-up seat foam, kind of like what you'd sit on in a cushion at home.
And they stained it at the studio, and we dried it out. We just have a hole glued into the bottom skin here.
Basically, are inflating this tire bigger and bigger and bigger. We're going to expand them with the air, then we're going to push the button, and we're
That
going to
looks like fun.
explode. And they make a pretty good mess and a loud noise.
Hey, you were right.
So
They
it's
were
like
filled with
Charlie and
air.
the Chocolate Factory. I love the exploding meat.
The big burger's supposed to roll off.
That's going to be on my Tinder profile.
Car.
We're going to drop a burger on the car.
They really did that shit. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the most impressive shots in the movie. I'm like, they really crushed a car with a burger.
Mr. Wheat parks
For this.
1997, no CGI.
in front of Mondo Burger at the time that Mondo Burger is exploding, and it culminates with the giant Mondo Burger on the
there's
roof
the guy.
falling and crushing the $40,000 car, hence adding to our budget significantly.
When we're all ready and rolling, and all the
I'm not
captains
going to
are
look it up.
we're going to begin and start releasing sparks on the Mondo Burger neon sign. As the crane operator begins to wiggle and jiggle the burger, he's going to rapidly move it off the building. The heavy burger weighs in the neighborhood of about 1,600 pounds. On the car itself, we have pyrotechnic charges at the four windows. We have wooden blocks placed behind the front wheels of the car. The blocks will explode, releasing the car and causing it to drop. That's pretty much it.
This is something that we could try at home.
Yes, we are rolling. Clear. Set and action.
Movie magic. I wish I was there on set that day. That would be cool to see.
One of the perfect things that keeps with the story of the movie is that when the burger falls off and lands on the car, is the two front tires. They go like they splay and they fall off in such a cartoonish way. And I'm sure that would have been happenstance, but it just looked, I was like, that's exactly how that should be. I really enjoyed this very, very much.
Right? Like how many, they couldn't afford to do like a lot of takes of that. So it's kind of, you know.
How many Toyota Tercels can you buy?
Right.
Well,
We had to do destroy about
you know,
25 of them. It's like, damn. Imagine.
that production designer seemed to know what he was doing, thankfully. I mean, with the
Yeah.
that thing could hurt somebody, but he did it right.
You do not want to be
But
crushed
yes,
by a giant cheeseburger.
Kel in speech needs to be read. So,
But yeah, we got to sing Kurt the song. Kurt's going to jail, jail, jail. Kurt's going to jail. Jail, jail, jail.
Who's reading it?
who wants to read it?
I do. I think we should all get a chance.
Well, let's just have one person read it because I gotta
Retro
gonna run
Girl.
out of time.
Do you want to read? Do you want to do a reading?
I'm reading. Okay.
I have to copy it in.
Oh, in the
Ed's
I have to
magnum
copy it
opus
in
speech
private
at
chat.
the end.
Oh Lord.
I know. I put you on the spot. I apologize.
Okay. What part? Okay.
And
it's a
I'm still
long one.
copying. It's a little long, yeah. Uh-oh.
You don't have to if
Okay.
you don't want to.
Am I doing Ed's voice? Am
You
I doing
should.
Ed? I can't know if I can do his voice.
You don't have to. It's your choice.
It'd be
Your
really
creative choice.
funny.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh man.
It's so funny.
I'm gonna let somebody else do it.
I'll do it.
Okay,
Unless,
do it.
Okay,
do it.
wait. Appion?
Mm-hmm.
Jack Beers, do you guys want to do the thing?
I mean, I'll do it if no one else will, but if you want to do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Go.
Okay. So you poured that stuff in the meat, didn't you? I had to. You had to? Sure. See, I knew if I took the can, there was a good chance I'd get caught. Then I thought, even if I did take the triabathol to the proper authorities, Kurt would hire some high-powered attorneys who would dispute any charges brought against him or Mondo Burger by manipulating the legal system. And the way that America's court system is congested these days, it would have taken months to convict them of anything. So then I thought, I'll just take matters into my own hands and just pour the triamothol into the meat supply and let Mondo Burger be the victim of its own foul play. Ha! Got him.
You thought of that by yourself?
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
The only thing I had trouble with was that
Yeah.
triamothol.
See, I'm glad that I didn't do it because I don't.
I tried to do it in
I
his
didn't-
voice, but then I couldn't do it.
I didn't mind the mispronunciation because you did perfectly time the ha.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm not stupid.
I'm not a monster.
He's
Out
not.
of the curve.
And he Dexter finally tears up the contract so that Ed will get all of his earnings as he should have been.
Ah, there it is. No, go back.
Wait, you don't want to be partners.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
because
like
I'm
one of the
black?
funniest lines in the movie. So good.
Right.
His delivery on it, perfect.
And also the response from Keenan in terms of, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, let's not get into that right now.
I love it.
It's
It's so good. Also, I would like to, now that we've gotten to this line, I would like to say that this is one of the most diverse movies that I've seen in a long time. I believe it is woke. It has
not even
differently
woke.
abled people. It has old people. It has people of color. I think that this is one of the most inclusive films that I've seen in a long time in a positive way. And so whenever anybody says that it's like, oh no, diversity is wrong, I'm like, well, no, it's not. It's as long as you don't beat people over the head with it, because this is incredible. You got blonde people, you got brunettes, you got heavy, you got thin. This is an amazing film. If you want to show the diversity of the
Oh my god, that's
population,
terrifying.
this is amazing.
Well, the thing is, Scotty, is that
Still.
diversity and woke are not the same things. That's not the same. It's progressive, yes, but woke actually does do the things that you were saying that is
No.
not as much fun, which is tearing people down in order for the sake of shaming people. And this movie doesn't do that, so it is not
No,
woke.
not at all. Not at all. And the reason I bring it up is obviously to sort of poke fun at it and make fun of the people who have such a concern about it. Is that there is no heavy-handed. This is just like, look at this group of people, and it's like, I like all of these people, and it has nothing to do with politics. It is, yes, there is a diversity of opinion, thought, and it is representative of a population. I love it. I think it's great. And never once did I say, oh no, the fat white guy was the bad guy. No, the skinny white guy. No, never thought about it once. I was just like, oh, that's the asshole. That's
The
it.
only time race was brought up was for jokes. That was it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
because
the
in the
best
90s, they
joke
could
in the
joke about it
movie
more.
is when
Yeah.
Ed says, is it because I'm black? And it's like, the answer should be yes.
And then Sinbad's line at the beginning: "I hate to put a black man in jail, but I got to do it."
Yeah.
He's like that. Like that's okay because it's in the context of comedy. And it's like, all right, good. But then when it's like, they never try to nail you over the head with like,
yeah. I
modern
grew up in the
people.
90s where it was just, it wasn't an issue. And now, I don't know. I have
Well-
to ask permission.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about this, and I've watched a lot of reviews of this movie, and people generally absolutely love the characters, and they hardly ever mention what race the characters are, except for that one joke, which is really it's funny, it's hilarious, and it makes sense in the way it's told. It's very tasteful, and it holds up. It's timeless, and so I think good stories just is basically how you present diversity if you're so concerned about it.
That's
But
the best
I think,
way.
yeah,
Mhm.
but it should
Based
do
on
it
the-
through telling us a great story, and then don't worry about people recognizing whether somebody's a man or a woman or black or whatever, Asian. Having
None
great
of that matters if it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
having great
based on the
characters matter.
content of their characters as opposed to the color of their skin.
Yep.
There you go.
Somebody said that once.
He had
I
a
don't
dream,
listen
I
to
think.
hip hop.
He had a dream, a very, very big dream.
No, but I do. Like, again, I just saw this yet. I watched this within the last 12 hours, and I was like, this is actually cute and funny. It's fun. It's
It's
warm.
great. Yeah.
It's got heart. It's got a plot. There is setup and payoff throughout it. It's not bad. The only bad thing about it is, in retrospect, based on the manager of Good Burger. And aside from that, this is something that, if I had kids, I would show it to them. It's it's goofy. It's fun.
Mhm.
It's fun.
It's a feel-good movie.
Yeah, I like it. I recommend it.
Yeah, in an age now where like happy endings seem to be more scarce nowadays, and like just an overall feel good time where you can walk away and like, oh, okay, I liked how that ended. I liked how the story that was told. Now everything needs to have some sort of dark or depressing ending or something. Main characters need to die or something like this. Like, no,
Well, and that's why we were thinking of the Soylent Green stuff, is because we're
Mhm.
injecting our thoughts of negativity into it that didn't come to fruition. Although Monderburger, in what they were doing, they were physically harming their customers. We just don't know
Mhm.
to what extent.
Yeah, Matt,
Yeah,
like,
but one of
you
the
could that would have been cool, the aftermath of all those
one of the
people
bad
seeing all those
guys,
chemicals.
one of the bad henchmen was, anyway. Sorry, I stumbled over
Mhm.
my introduction, and so I'm going to stop talking. You're welcome.
Well, that's okay. I'm looking at the chat now because I did reach the end of the stream, so now I'm paying attention to all the 100 chats that I've got. And for example, Kimberly Anhart says, Roxanne says, if she's getting the information out there, she can. And Eugene Bird says, God bless you, Scotty R37.
God bless you, Eugene Bird.
So we did miss a part where everybody's chanting Ed's name at the end, and he
He's
keeps
like,
saying,
love it.
What? I thought that was great. Also,
That was
perfect
forgot
for his
about
character. Yeah, just wonderful stuff.
Here's
like
to the
that.
man who saved Good Burger. Ed, what? Ed, what?
Yeah, stop calling my name. No, you know, a chant works, I guess. So good.
Well, look, I think every once in a while you need to see a movie that is kind of doesn't have a whole lot of intensity to it. You can actually have fun with it. Characters are somewhat silly, maybe a little bit ridiculous, but also that that happy ending is always a good thing. And we're movies
Except for
like this.
Sinbad. Except for Sinbad, everybody else had a happy ending on.
Yes.
Yeah, a movie
it-
doesn't have to be complicated for me to like it.
yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated, but also you can also find and discover something valuable in it. And I do highly like. I think this is like something like a day when you're really having a rough day, you're having a rough week, to enjoy something like this can get your mind like do a reset, like, okay, the good things in life, flowers, breathing in good air, watching sunsets, spending time with family, laughing, that kind of stuff. It kind of like this kind of stuff brings you back to earth in a weird way that I can't explain totally and fully, but I think it's important for us to watch movies like this and not always like, oh, what are the social context of what this means and what
yeah.
did the director mean when he did the lighting, and like it's just sort of
Yeah,
like,
it was never
yes,
that deep in Good Burger. Exactly.
You don't need
yeah,
that here.
just enjoy yourselves
It was made
watching
for
this.
pure entertainment. Like
Yes,
that's what it was made for, and it worked for me.
I love it.
Me too.
I do too. I want to make sure to say hello to Jim's Landscape LLC. He says, we've got one person who likes Good Burger too. That's the first.
Oh, wow.
Well, and it's important, Jill. I do have to ask you, can we cover Good Burger 2?
Shore leave 15 minutes. I'm not going to do a whole live stream on
No!
Good Burger.
This is
Do
the
you want to
first
do a
time I've
whole
seen
thing?
the first Good Burger, and we've gone for 3 hours and 7 minutes, and I'm just asking you, are you willing to go to Good Burger 2 and take a look at it?
Let me watch it
Let
and
us
I'll get back
know.
to you.
watch
Because
it.
I do live streams about this kind of stuff because I enjoy it. But if I don't enjoy it, I don't want to talk about it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense,
Um,
because nobody wants to shit on Good Burger 2 and be like, you know what? That would be a great tweet.
Yeah, because it
would
would
be a
just be
hot
like,
take.
oh, this wasn't
It's like,
fun.
I didn't like Good Burger 2 as much as I liked Good Burger 1. Let's get into a 3-hour conversation about how Good Burger 2 sucks. That would be a kind of a downer. But I did really enjoy Good Burger.
Okay, I do want to say, Hello to Tony from Strike of Iron. He's around. He's saying hello to everybody.
Hi, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
Hello.
Eugene Bird says on the Keenan and Kel show, the endings were sometimes unresolved, but in the next episode, it was as though nothing had happened. Yes, and then Keenan comes up with a new wacky plan that Kel has to go along with, and and he says, "Ah, here it goes."
You know, they created the Anakin Padme meme before Anakin and Padme.
Explain.
Okay. Let me. So there's a So like there's an episode of Keenan and Kel where they're in front before the actual the curtain opens, and they're standing there, and Kel is asking Keenan, "The show is about a girl, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." Says, "Good. So maybe you won't get me into trouble for once." And then Keenan just gives him a look, and he says, "I said maybe you won't get me in trouble for once." And then he starts laughing.
Oh no, I'm way too afraid to make fun of a senator. So it was that sequence, but way earlier. I see what you're saying.
Yes, now the live stream's coming full circle. Definitely coming to America. Will be coming to this channel at some point. I don't know when, because next Friday, and for the next Fridays follow all the way to November 1st, all the way to Halloween. Every Friday we're going to be covering Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get through all of them out. We're gonna work through that.
I like Harry Potter.
I've never seen them. I'm looking forward to exploring them for the first time. But do you want to? So if that's going up to Halloween, do you want to do Coming to America the day or the week of the election?
Okay, maybe I'll think about it.
Right.
I like to do the show prep off air or behind the scenes, because like who wants
No,
to...
I know. I'm being rude. I'm just saying that it would be funny.
Well, speaking of being rude, can you tell us what you're doing on the internet and
Well, I'm being
promote
rude.
your stuff?
Yeah. No, I would like to. I'm mostly hanging out with you here, Jill. Thank you so much. And I'm also hanging out with Cinema Gulp. We talked about Beetlejuice recently, and I'm doing that every Wednesday. And then on the Phantasmagorium, we're talking about movies whenever we can. And sometimes things pop up. And yeah, so that's it. Also, if you want to follow me and see things that are ridiculous, that's on Scotty R37 on X. And if you want to buy me a She-Hulk, I would very much appreciate it.
Yes. I'm not going to be doing that.
Jill, are you going to buy me a She-Hulk?
No, this is not happening.
Damn it.
But I think you're probably going to end up with one anyway.
I'm hoping. I'm really looking forward to it.
And
someone should.
And also, if you guys have anything you want to say left about the movie, this is also the time you can use for that too. If you have anything left over you didn't get to.
Oh, then Kenan Thompson is one of my favorite performers on Saturday Night Live, and I think that his entire career is impressive, and I find him hilarious. I think he's great in Black Jeopardy. I think he's great as I'm Norman. Like he's so natural and so yes. So I haven't seen Kel in a lot.
Have you seen Mystery Men?
Sorry, which one? Oh no, was he the invisible guy?
Yep.
Holy shit! Sorry about the swear. He was great in Mystery Men. I effing love Mystery Men. So I apologize for not knowing. I didn't know who he was without the hat and the braids.
Hey, Dad, I'm going into my room with 3 strange men. No response. No response.
Oh, Mystery Men is a superhero movie that we should definitely
I
cover
love
on
that
this
movie
channel.
so much. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's so
yeah.
good.
Casanova Frankenstein. There's so much.
Casanova Frankenstein.
Yeah. So
Captain Amazing.
And so,
great.
Retro
Anyway.
Nerd Girl, I understand you have a show coming up today. When does that happen?
Oh,
Tell us about
actually-
what you're doing this week.
Oh, okay. That will be tomorrow. Every Saturday I do a watch party. So I'll be doing a watch party tomorrow of the Never Ending Story. Usually before the watch party, I talk a little bit about the film, and then we get right into it. And then afterwards, we do a little summation of, the what we thought of the movie in general. And sometimes I do this alone, sometimes I do it with someone. And this week I'll be doing it with Douglas A. Burton, and we're going to have a ball, I think. I mean, I love that movie so very much, The Never Ending Story. I did a really intense deep dive on it, and for like a movie review for it. So if you guys are interested in hopping over to my channel and checking out any of the content I have there, but I do have a intense deep dive on that particular movie, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to watch it tomorrow.
But spoilers,
Yes,
the
I
Never
do
Ending Story
appreciate
ends.
your watch parties because they're full of stuff like that and interesting conversation. It's not
Oh,
just
thank
you,
you.
like, just watching the movie. It's
Well, in Retro
and
Nerd Girl,
I like the way you do it.
Thank you.
Retro, if I may,
Mhm.
I'm super jazzed to hear your opinion of Megalopolis.
Mm.
And so
yeah,
because you did and follow Retro Nerd Girl on X, and like I don't know, I think that you have an interesting perspective, and I subscribe to your perspective
Oh,
in
thank
terms of the
you.
parallels and whatnot. But yeah, no, have you ever done a sort of watch along or a review of Metropolis?
Oh, Metropolis. Yes, I did a very extensive review of Metropolis, and even the movie that I highlighted on that one tweet, which is uh, Things to Come, which it looks like this movie might be like a blend between that, Metropolis, Things to Come, The Matrix. It just seems like there's so many different influences, and I really can't wait to see Megalopolis and find out like how many influences there are, and exactly what this is all about. I know a lot of people are just already not wanting this movie to be successful or not wanting this movie to be seen. And so I'm like, please, I need to see this movie so for myself, because that intrigues me more than anything. And we are talking about one of the legends of filmmaking, and so it is kind of sad to see how badly he's been treating after all the many years that he has been in the industry, and people are treating him this horribly. So I can't wait to see it so that I could say, oh, you can say like, hey, you like it or you don't like it, that's fine, but it hasn't even come out yet, and people are already like saying some pretty negative things about the director. So I'm just
Why are they
kinda,
doing that? We
I
don't
don't
get enough science fiction, and I would think people would celebrate that.
yeah, I think there's some politics involved I'm just not aware of, and um there's the concept of like the old school versus new school kind of filmmaking is also um kind of in the realm of the whole thing, like, oh, the old white guys kind of thing versus the new up and coming people that are in Hollywood now. So
So it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
difference of style. That's it kind of sounds like he's being bullied or something.
It's really, yeah, I don't know what it is, but he is a legend. He deserves some respect, but also let's look at the movie first and see how we feel about it. And also, if you don't, when it comes to these kinds of filmmakers that do sort of their magic opus, like their magus opus kind of films, you've gotta really look at it more than once. You've got to look at it several times and kind of break it down, because they're usually not like just giving you story and plot lines and characters. They're usually giving you a lot of deeper subtext, a lot of deeper references to other movies, things like that. So you
Not
can't
only
just
that, but also overwhelming sensation from a visual medium.
Oh, well, I mean, you can see the visuals from the movie looks incredible.
Well, from the
lighting.
trailers, but
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I am
No.
looking forward to hearing your thoughts, because I'm going to be seeing that on IMAX as soon as I can.
I hope that it's going to be around. I mean, I don't get a chance to see movies right away, but I'm sure I'll get it. I'll be able to get to see it at some point, and I'm gonna dig all the way inside of that thing because I can't wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't see anything about it that would turn me off from watching it. It seems right up my alley.
Yeah, it looks it looks very interesting, and the one shot that that I saw, and then I kind of made the comparison. It's like almost an eerie comparison because of just the way the shot is actually done in live action in the 1936 movie. It's just really incredible that he would use that as a reference from the movie Things to Come. So I'm just curious what other references he's made, and I want to know what he's saying in his film. This is like movies like 2001: Space Odyssey. When it came out, people didn't understand it. They didn't like it. They were like, "Oh, this is weird." And then, over time, people were like, "Wow, this is brilliant." And
you're saying there's
I kind of
some
compare it to
deeper-
Southland Tales by Richard E. Kelly, the
Oh, wow.
director of Donnie Darko, which I don't like, but I love Southland Tales. And
I've never seen it.
Well, it's it's got The Rock and Jeanine Garofalo, and so it's one of my favorite movies.
Oh,
and
wow.
so yeah, no, I think it's an interesting artistic interpretation.
Oh, cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing the final product. I'm also looking forward. I am curious. You are curious. We're all curious. And so I can't wait to see it.
I think it sounds like there's going to be an interesting journey to it. That's more than what it might.
You got to see the movie to review it.
So. Why not? Why not? I want to see it. I'm going to see it. And Kimberly says Turkey, Thanksgiving, November. Okay.
I'm still scarred by Godfather 3. I don't know if I can yet.
Oh no!
I'm kidding. But that ending is rough.
Did you ever see Coda? Did you ever see the re-edit of Coda?
Nah.
Neither did I.
Godfather 3, that is like got to be the most depressing ending to a film trilogy of all time.
Yeah.
I agree. It's so depressing. And then Apocalypse Now, man. Yeah, Francis, that's hard to outdo yourself when you've already created some of the greatest film masterpieces. Now you got to do it again.
Yeah.
My
favorite can lightning get in the bottle,
movie is
well,
Jack,
he self-financed
because I
this
like to see a
movie.
rapidly aging
I like Jack.
Robin Williams.
Jack was a sad movie too, but I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Me
it
too.
was cute. Until you see a 12-year-old die.
Yeah. And he's ancient at his graduation. And
yeah, he's like an old man. He's like Hume Cronin.
Yeah. Before Benjamin Button, there was Jack.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, and I wanted to make sure Tony from Struck of Iron wants to let you know, Retro Nerd Girl, that he's subscribed. Surprised he hadn't done before.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
And-
I appreciate it.
And
Hey,
also,
PvP
he's got
is
a
here.
he's
Sorry.
got a membership stream coming up today. Yeah, hello PvP. Yes, and I wanted to ask Appian what's going on with your channel, your main channel, and your two guys talking.
Yeah. So right now on the main channel, doing watch parties. Like we're watching like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I never watched it like all the way through, and people have been telling me to watch it, so I finally gave in. I'm watching that with my buddy Padawannabe. Tuesdays and Thursdays we watch like 5 episodes a day, and then talk about them a little bit. And then on Sundays we're watching Legend of the Seeker, which is like a fun little fantasy show from early 2000s. We're almost done with that. And then on Two Guys Talking, we're like talking about Rings of Power, and then we're gonna cover Superman and Lois season 4 when that comes back in a month. And yeah, so just have like video essays on Two Guys Talking with me and my buddy, where we like talk about stuff. Then I'll like throw stuff on the screen. And then on my channel is mostly just watch parties, video game live streams, and stuff like that. And that's it. Thank you.
Very fun. You're welcome, and thank you for joining us today. You could sing this movie.
Had
You
to.
knew all the quotes.
Had to. When you like when you said I need someone on Good Burger, it was like the bat signal, but it was like a big burger in the sky.
Nice.
Yes,
I had
thank
to
you.
respond
Yes,
to that.
awesome.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of which, I'm so glad you could make your first debut on this channel, Jack Beers. If you're ever interested in any of the movies we're talking about, just let me know. And
Yeah, definitely.
I was go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed myself. You know, it's nice to talk about movies that I like. And it's also nice to talk about movies I haven't seen in a while. Stuff that I grew up with. And so yeah, it was definitely a treat to come in and talk about Good Burger and Keenan and Kel and Nickelodeon.
Thank you so much. And here's your channel. I should get the actual shorter channel, but this still works. You can click on it. And
Yeah,
it'll
I'm
get
half
you
of
where
the.
you need to go.
I'm one half of the dream team. So what we're working on recently was we've been working on this little Halloween type of video where we've been putting together NECA figures from anywhere from Dracula to Freddy Krueger, and we're having them interact, and it's a little fun thing we've been doing. It's pinned on my Twitter/X page. It's way too much beer.
That sounds really creative. Thank you for
Thanks.
sharing.
Well, if you have a channel called Way Too Much Beer,
Oh, it's my.
can I subscribe? Because I'm
my Twitter
drowning
handle.
in beer.
It's definitely it's my Twitter handle though. It's not my channel. My channel is
Never
Dream Team.
mind. I'm too drunk to find it.
I think I'll have myself
You've had
a
too
beer.
much beer. Okay, so yes, thank you guys for joining me on this. I definitely stepped out of my normal fare for this one, but it's such a great movie with such a good heart. I actually never knew that on Rotten Tomatoes and
Jill,
IMDb
I have
the
a
scores were
question.
so low. Because I
Jill,
always
I have a
thought, oh, this is
question.
an 8. Yes.
What is better? Do you like Good Burger or Coneheads?
Oh, Coneheads.
Yeah,
Coneheads.
Coneheads.
Oh wow!
Come
I was
yeah.
expecting a Good Burger. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
It has
Conehead.
aliens in it. It wins automatically. It's more
She's a sci-fi girl. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't narfle the Garthok here, so
They don't narfle the
I
Garthok.
I can't.
That's like Good Burger or Galaxy Quest. I'm pretty sure she's gonna pick Galaxy Quest.
Just curious.
It's a good question, but yeah, no, this still it holds a special place though.
Wasn't Coneheads another SNL sketch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's why it was the question. And I just saw the Blues Brothers recently, so that was really
They
good.
made
too.
a lot of sketches into movies. Like, damn, more and more I think about
Was
it.
Night at the Roxbury another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one I saw as a kid.
I
I'm
love
gonna review all
that
of
so
them.
much.
Are we done?
But
Can I
yeah,
go to
there's
the
so many
liquor
of them
store
that
and buy
you could look at.
marijuana?
But unfortunately, yeah.
By the way, if you are going to
Please,
watch Good
please
Burger,
go.
I would highly recommend. Like, again, I'm 46 years old, and I watched Good Burger for the first time yesterday, and I would say that the secret sauce helped, and the secret sauce was marijuana.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
be on
wow.
Ed's level when you watch it.
Oh, you know what? A little bit of inebriation never hurt anybody. But I'm just saying, it was a fun time. I enjoyed it, and yes, 7 out of 9.
I think that's fair. I think I gave it an extra point just because I felt like it. Because it makes me so happy. But technically, yeah, it's more of a 7.
Out of 9.
Yeah. And
It's
there's
an Annika Hansen.
Star Trek grading scale here.
I know, right? I'm sorry. I didn't
I'll
mean to
close
be
out
so
with
rude.
their so you know how you make goodbye songs? They made a goodbye song for this special
Oh.
feature, this making of
Huzzah.
video. It's really adorable.
Delicious.
I'm a dude. She's a dude.
You're a dude. We're all
We're
dudes.
all dudes. Hey. I can never remember the lyrics. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. But it's
Thank you guys for joining us, and have a fantastic Friday, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Peace,
I
love,
know
and
I have.
understanding.
Learned a lot of you.
Live long and prosper.
Yo, Leroy.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
Farewell. We'll miss you. It's Kenan and Kel. You can go now. We had a lot of fun. Go ahead and get a hot dog and a bun, 'cause it's over. It's over. Go play with your dog named Rover. I thought that was good. Yeah, okay, we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I want to start playing that whenever I end a show now.
You can. You can find.
great.
I'll send you the link.
It's
You can
over.
check it out.
It's over.
Okay,
Like
now
it.
we're going for real. It's over. Goodbye. I'll see you guys later.
Like Ferris Bueller's
Thank
Day
you.
Off. What are you still doing here? Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Thanks
go.
everybody for being here. Edge of Time, Greek Letters, DJ Play Nice, Kimberly Ann Hart, and everybody who was here. I'm not listing everybody today because I'm already late. I just didn't want to stop. It was just getting even more fun.
You're pregnant?
But huh? No.
You said you were late.
Oh.
I get it. That was a good one.
All right. Stick a fork.
Say
in it
no.
for the
Say
Republic.
no, you're not.
Learn all that is learnable. And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.
See you around the galaxy.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.